Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome to the Bonsaipopteam 1 year anniversary a month late. Hey, I'm your host Mike.
I'm your other host Tyler. Yeah.
That's right, and we're here, and we have a full fucking house today in the chat. We got Charles Le Saucier, Carl, Carl,
Carl.
Cole the Coward, Fragile, formerly known as Purana, Karis, Luthi, Omni Penguin Mecha, Ranch, and Kit. We've changed up the Patreon, so now it is much cheaper for people to be with us live while we're recording, and it's good. I'm excited about it. It has been a long time since we podcasted. There's fucking plenty of shit to talk about.
Yep.
So this is an anime and video games podcast, and we're gonna talk about anime and video games and other things. So let's get into it.
Yeah, get into the stuff.
Yeah. So just for the record, we had already recorded the year anniversary podcast, but first of all, it wasn't that good, and it was short because I had something I had to do. One of us had something we had to do.
It was you.
And then Tyler lost his audio.
Yeah, so I used to record in my living room, and whenever I recorded in my living room, I needed to use my laptop. My laptop is old. I got it from Microsoft. It's a long story. We did a Gears of War video for them like 5 years ago. They couldn't pay us, but they were like, "You want a laptop?" And I was like, "Yes, I do." Apparently, whenever that laptop needs to update Windows, it stops my recording. And I don't know why, so I only had 45 minutes of our total recording.
Kit says that's a normal thing for Microsoft laptops.
Well, it's fucking stupid. It's not a Microsoft laptop either. It's a I can't remember what type of laptop it is. It's a gaming laptop, but I can't remember which one it is.
I don't remember either.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. The point is that I'm recording on my desktop now, so.
Yeah, and the audio is gone. Last episode, it's not come back. We lost it. But anyway, so we did that, but I mean, there's plenty of reasons that we missed last month. First, Tyler and Ryan had come out to visit me because they had this wedding that they were going to, so we got to spend a little bit of time together. We were going to record the podcast while they were here, but Devin got sick, and then we drank too much. We drank way too much, so we were sick. And then it just didn't end up happening.
We didn't get out of bed one day until 5 p.m.
Yeah. Which, well, I don't think I went to bed that morning till 7. Devin was like going through my phone, and apparently I took a bunch of videos of you two just like snoring and like cuddling in bed. I don't remember doing that.
And then you stole my phone because your phone died, and somehow knew my password to open it.
Yeah. And then I couldn't figure it out the next day.
You couldn't do it the next day.
I had like drunk superpowers. It was great.
Yeah, I know. Consent is a thing. Fucking asshole.
He was sleeping in the same room as me. That's consent.
Oh my god.
That's trust. I'm kidding, everybody. That's not consent. Okay. No. I shouldn't have to say that for anybody, but there's probably somebody out there that's like, wee! So it's not consent. And right now in the chat, that's Kit. Anyway, so that was a lot of fun. And then we had videos that we had to do. So like Tyler was out at this wedding for like a fucking week, and I had to get Dororo done. And then Tyler came back, and there was like a week in between. Like I had a break.
While I was gone,
after Dororo, you
had to do Dororo all by yourself. So then when I came back, I did Dead Leaves all by myself so that you could focus on writing Ranma, which then you didn't do for a week. And then we both had to get Ranma done. But I took extra Ranma still so that I could pay you back because Dororo was longer than Dead Leaves was. It was a whole thing. That was a lot of shit.
Yeah.
There's a lot of shit going
Yeah,
on.
but the people really liked the Ranma video.
Yeah.
That one did really well. Even though I did procrastinate on the script, people really enjoyed it. So I'm happy that people liked that. I'm touching my microphone right now. That's probably why you're hearing that. So it all ended up working out. Dead Leaves didn't perform super well, so if you haven't seen that, you should go watch it 'cause it's a fun video.
Well, even Ranma's dropped off some now.
Yeah. No, I believe it. Like it did really well out of the gate.
Out of the gate, it was fucking killing it. But it never got that second day boost.
Yeah, which I don't know. Maybe we just have to make every video a 40-minute fucking video for it to get its second day boost. But it doesn't matter. We have pulled in some new patrons, which is nice. So thank you if you are a new Patreon supporter. I really appreciate that. And yeah, hopefully we're gonna get more. Like we did put out our first Boxu video, which is nice. So we do have a deal with Boxu right now, where we're going to be doing like four videos with them. So if you are interested in dope ass Japanese snacks, I mean stuff like you can't just like, even if you go to Japan, you wouldn't be able to like find this stuff willy-nilly. Like this is curated from all over the country. From Okinawa to Hokkaido, and my box was fucking awesome. Tyler got a different box, but
like it was really fucking good. I've always been sort of skeptical of like get a random assortment of things. It's like, well, you're gonna send me half the shit that I don't like. Every single thing in that box was phenomenally good.
Yeah, like even for me, like there was one thing in there that I was like, at first I was like, but like after a little bit, I was like, okay, that's fucking good. And that's like personally just for me because seaweed, like for whatever reason, just tastes like really fucking fishy to me.
I love seaweed.
But it was like mixed with like a Japanese fruit that I'd never had before, so it was like it was salty but tangy, and it was crunchy. It was fucking good stuff. I don't have it right now, but yeah, I mean, dude, like if you're on the Bonsaipopteam, like you got your G Fuel, you got your drinks, you got your fucking Boxu, you got your snacks, and who like you got a fucking statue from Figurama. You can just fucking look at your statue and eat and drink and just enjoy your life.
Hey, what's our code for
Boxu?
Do you know?
It is Bonsai 10 in all caps.
There you go, Bonsai 10. Cries in Europe, no G Fuel. Yeah, the VAT prices for getting G Fuel into Europe is rough. But Boxy you can get in Europe. I think it's exactly the same because it doesn't come from the US.
Yep, comes from it's curated in Japan and then ships out of China. So yeah, you can get Boxu. It's totally worth it. And with our code, you can get 10% off. Wasn't planning on putting a little ad spot in there, but there you go. So yeah, it's definitely cool, definitely worth it. And if you find anything that you really like within your Boxu, you can get more of it in bigger quantities from Boxu.
And more importantly, you can let us know about it so that we can get it.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so we are on that campaign. Most people know, but our contract with G Fuel was reinstated, so we are good on that for a year. But of course, always the Patreon. That is the number one way to support the channel.
Because then we're not beholden to anyone or drinks or food.
Yeah, and contracts, they dry up. You know what I mean? So like after the contracts are gone, you know, like we'll always have the patrons, and that's the most important thing is stability, especially when you're doing something wild. Like making fucking YouTube videos and shit for a living. But you know, and not just making YouTube videos for a living, but making videos about shit that is not algorithmically viable. You know what I mean? Like we have videos coming up this month. And I don't. We love the podcast listeners. So here we go. We got a video on Star Wars Visions. We got a video on Mononoke. We got a video on Blood Sea. And we have a video on Monster that we have prepared to get into this month. Hopefully we're gonna be able to get them all done.
Yeah, it's gonna be a busy month. Because that is 4 videos. Now the Star Wars Vision video though is the Anna Tuber anthology that Mr. Nice Guy puts on every year. So
Except for last year.
except for last year, but
And this is the last year it's happening.
Listen, okay, he puts it on some years, sometimes, and maybe never again. The point is that we're not doing the entire Star Wars Visions, just us. Each Anituber is doing their own specific episode, and then there will be a playlist of all of them together that you can watch, and you can watch them in order if you want, or you can watch them out of order, whoever you like first, whatever. But we are going to be covering The Elder, which I think is episode 9. It's either 8 or 9. I can't remember.
Yeah, and I have watched it through 4 times now, and it's really good. Like, The Elder is really good, especially if you're actually a Star Wars fan. But also if you're a fan of, like, old school Trigger as well. Like, the people who made The Elder were particularly invested in making a very Star Wars anime.
Yeah.
I think out of all of them, that one, and there was one other one that I was like, okay, this is really cool. Like, The Elder is very in line with the people who wrote it knew exactly what the fuck they were talking about.
It is very old school original trilogy Star Wars.
Yeah. Oh, very much so. I mean, the lightsaber battle was fucking dope. Like even we watched it together, and Tyler was streaming it out. So like, there's this one part where I was like, man, like, why isn't there steam coming off the lightsaber in the rain? I watched it. Steam's coming off the lightsaber in the rain, dudes. Like, they got it all. So I have a lot of like really cool information on this. And again, it was written by Masahiko Otsuka, who also worked on Gurren Lagann as a director. He worked on Evangelion in the casting department. He worked on one of my favorite Ghibli movies as a second unit director, Whisper of the Heart. He worked on BNA. Like, this guy knows what's up. Panty and Stocking, like, all sorts of shit. So Fruits Basket, like, he's been all over the place. FLCL, like, he's just this guy's Otsuka's fucking dope. So Kit says that the Elder reminded her of the old school 80s and early 90s OVAs. Yeah, it was really cool because the character animation was done very clean, but all the backgrounds were like painted almost. It
was very old school. If you look at the 2 Trigger ones and compare them, you're like, these are 2 different studios. And I think that is very cool in and of itself too. That they really, they did their Trigger thing for the twins. But then they were like, you know what, we're really gonna try to focus on the Star Wars aspect of Star Wars here. And
because the twins was just
it was Trigger, dude. Like,
it was so fucking Trigger. It was I think that's the difference between Otsuka and whoever directed the twins.
I think Maishi did.
Yeah.
Which, if you haven't watched our Dead Leaves video, Maishi's this. He was originally the lead animator, I believe, for Evangelion, and then he broke off, became like the director for Studio Trigger and one of the lead animators there, and then started doing the crazy shit that we've seen from Trigger, like Promare, Dead Leaves, and now Twins during the Anituber anthology.
Yeah.
Star Wars Visions.
It was Hideyuki Maishi who did the twins. So we I was looking through and I saw the twins and I was like, I don't want to do fucking Trigger, dude, because they're just everybody's gonna get mad at me if I do Trigger. And then I picked the Elder because it looked fucking dope. Did Drillbert get a cameo in SW Visions? Asks Luthi. No, unfortunately he didn't. But he did. Cole sent me a box of goodies. And if you guys have watched the fucking Dead Leaves video, Cole sent me the actual little fucking figure of Drillbert.
Oh no shit.
So now
That's
I have
awesome.
it, so thank you. Yeah, he also sent me this really cool Kuwabara plush and like this like cute little Konosuba pillow. How used is that Konosuba pillow, Cole? I need to know.
Asking the real questions.
Yeah, but there was tons of really cool stuff in there. Most importantly, a VHS player. So now I'm gonna archive digitally like a bunch of things that I have on VHS, including old anime and other stuff that Cole has sent me like the original premiere of Akira on the Sci-Fi Network, commercials included. Like, so it's very exciting. I'm excited about that.
That's so fucking cool, dude. That is like a piece of history.
Mm-hmm. And I don't think you can find it on the internet. So, like, I'm excited to have that kind of stuff. So, if you guys are interested in that kind of shit, you should probably join the Patreon. Because, again, we have revamped it. So, bottom tier gets into viewing parties and everything. And also access to the Patreon exclusive podcast, the podcast formerly known as Super Saiyan 3. So, if you just join the Patreon, you get an extra 1 to 3 hour podcast a week. That's much more off the fucking cuff.
Yeah.
So that's exciting. But then came the end of September. So I had my birthday. I turned 30. Me and Tyler both turned 30 within the past 35 days. And I actually just had my like family birthday party yesterday. So I just want to give a shout out to our boy Lamaji. Who is, one of our Patreon patrons. We play video games with him a lot. And I made this tweet, right? Because I don't know if you guys have heard about Hypeland. Hypeland is it's like a really fancy LA boutique that makes clothing. And they do a lot of like anime collaborations. They've done Naruto before. They're doing a Yu Yu Hakusho collaboration coming soon. But their most recent one was Hello Kitty. A lot of people don't know that, like, I'm a pretty big Hello Kitty fan. And they had this Hello Kitty Varsity jacket. And I saw it and I was like, dude, that shit is so fucking cool, right? So I was like looking at it and I like looked it up and it was expensive.
Like $400, right? Like stupid expensive. Like
I wasn't going to put the money. Yeah, that's exactly how expensive it was. So I made this tweet where I tweeted out the jacket and I was like, I ain't getting this for my fucking birthday. And then, one of our like patrons just fucking bought it for me.
Oh shit. No way.
Yeah.
What the
yeah. You didn't know that? I didn't tell you that. Yeah.
No?
Lamaji bought the fucking coat for me.
Holy shit.
I guess he got drunk and bought it. And I was like, oh, holy shit, dude. So the coat came in the other day. And I understand now why it was $400 fucking dollars.
Is it like super comfy and like
it's like very, very, very high quality. Like the arms are like white leather. Like it's leather.
It's like made from unicorn skin. Yeah, that
like
type of deal.
Yeah, like you smell it and it's like, oh, that's like fucking, like if you've ever been into like a leather shop before, it's like leather. It's super nice. And then of course it's all, like custom knit and shit like that. It's very cool.
Kit wants pics.
Oh yeah, I have pics. I'll send pics. I told Lamaji I would do it too. I asked him if it was okay if I told people about it. He said it was fine. But yeah, so I made this tweet, right? And then my cousin Maya, who is, one of our $20 patrons, her name is in the credits of all of our videos, has obviously she follows us on Twitter as well. So she's like, oh, Mike likes Hello Kitty. So she went and told my fucking family that I like Hello Kitty. So yesterday I had a fucking Hello Kitty birthday party.
Dude!
Wearing my Hello Kitty jacket. And Devin knew that I was having a Hello Kitty birthday party. And like, here I show up to this fucking birthday party that's just covered in like Hello Kitty stuff, like shit from like Party Palace. Right?
That's awesome.
Like Hello Kitty paper plates. And then Devin made me this fucking Hello Kitty cake. So my 30th birthday was Hello Kitty themed.
That's beautiful.
It was a good time. Yeah.
I knew that you were having a birthday party because Devin specifically asked me. She was like, do you guys have anything going on Sunday? And I was like, no, you're good. Yeah. But I did not know that it was going to be Hello Kitty themed.
I didn't know either. So I was like, it was fucking funny. My grandmother bought me male leggings. I think we've had this conversation
We have
before,
had this conversation before.
Where I said I wanted to invent male leggings. They already exist. And there's room for your nuts.
Boom. You know what doesn't exist that should exist? There's women's like lounge pants that are super flowy at the ends and soft, and to get them for men, you have to get them special ordered and tailored so that the crotch drops enough for your dangalangs.
I see.
I have a pair.
You have to give them. So what? Like, oh yeah, that's right. So the what the save image? That's what I'm doing. Sorry, I'm sending the image of me in my leggings to the chat.
Oh fuck yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, that's the one thing that's like difficult about like women's pajama pants is that the fucking crotch is always so high. It's like, why is the crotch gotta be so high? I don't know. Like it's weird not having a vagina and living in that world.
If you go on Etsy, you can message, people who make them custom and be like, "Hey, I have balls. Can you can you drop the crotch?
Can you make room for my balls, please?
Make room for my balls, please." And they're super willing to.
I'm just sending pictures. I don't have like a good
oh my
picture
god!
Of the
Look at you with that cat and that giant Hello Kitty thing in the background.
Yeah, and that's the coat. I mean, you can see like some of these with my grandmother.
We'll have to like post these. You haven't posted these on like Instagram or something, have you?
No, I haven't yet. For some reason that like I was like hunching over in that shot right there, so
Dude,
like my back looks like a giant potato.
Those leggings are sick.
Right? That's what I'm saying.
I don't what's like, on them?
It's like Japanese like waves.
They're super cool. We'll have okay, if you want to see these pictures, we'll post them on what do you want to do? Instagram, Twitter?
I'll find good pictures and post them on Instagram.
Okay. Go
and
to
some on Twitter.
At Bonsai_pop. And
for both.
And
right.
you're gonna want to see these pictures. They're fucking great.
Yeah. But yeah, the jacket is super dope. The fucking that fucking giant H with the little bow on it fucking kills me.
It's great, dude.
And that thing behind there is pin the bow on the kitty. Yeah, and then you can see. Do you see Devin's cake that she made? It's an ice cream cake.
Where's the cake? Oh,
it's right there, under the leggings. Yeah. Yeah, so she made an ice cream cake with like Hello Kitty holding a strawberry on it. It's very cute.
That's impressive.
Yeah. So that was the whole thing. This is the first time people are seeing my grandma too. This is my Grammy. She's the one who talks about dick and balls a lot, and flips me off and moons me. She's why I am the way I am. But yeah, so that was a lot of fun. But there was also, the end of the month brought some sadness as well. That like we talked about mentioning a little bit today. But Tyler was kind of like out of commission for a little while, and it did affect the channel and the schedule and stuff. So, go ahead, Tyler. Yeah. The stage is set for you.
So I've been going through a breakup of a 5-year relationship for the last couple weeks, which involved my now ex finding a new place to live and moving out. And while that was happening, it was very tense in the apartment. And I didn't really want to do podcasting during it because I haven't been feeling up to it, and also because it's like there was a lot of tension in this house. So I just kind of felt that it was best if we just suspended doing any podcast recordings until she had moved out, which she now has. So things are less tense, but I'm not gonna get
astronomically less.
Yeah. I think things are much better now. Like the last 3 nights, I've like played games with patrons and stuff like that, which has been really fun. And like, I've been like watching some good anime and stuff like that, and playing some new games, and doing stuff to like keep my spirits up. But it was a hard and not exactly an easy breakup.
It was nasty.
It was rough in a lot of different ways, and not just for me, but for Mike as well.
Yeah. This is stuff that like the details and stuff will come out over time, likely on the Patreon podcast, because that's more of a, you know, it's for the Bonsai Pop Social Club.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Not
I don't really want
needs
to talk
be
about it on the public podcast for everybody, but
yeah.
eventually we'll probably end up talking about it on the Patreon podcast. But
because it was nasty, and it wasn't on Tyler. So yeah, Tyler. Basically, like, Tyler doesn't want people to be like, you know, are you okay? Are you okay? Like, you know, Tyler's doing his thing. He's happy.
I'm fine. I'm working through it. You know, yeah. I've been in therapy for a long time. I'm continuing to be in therapy and talking things over with my therapist. So I'm not at 100%, I would say, but like I was able to get fucking Ranma and deadlifts done while going through it. So
yeah, he really did he took all but 5 minutes in the ad for Ranma, so he fucking rocked it out. Yeah. And also, like, there's plans for a close friend to possibly come and move in with Tyler, which would be really cool for everybody.
That's like 99% now.
Yeah, so it's not like Tyler's out there alone. You know, there was all sorts of possible plans in the works, like, you know, where Tyler was going to go, where he was going to stay. But, you know, like...
What ended up happening is I'm staying in the place that I'm at, which is good because I don't really want to move.
Yeah.
And a good friend will very likely be coming up around Thanksgiving and staying here for the indeterminate future. So
yeah. And, you know, I just thought that, like... Also, because I got in the mix of this as well. It was actually kind of my idea.
Yeah, it was a fucking great idea. I feel like we can talk about who it is. I don't know if you want to though.
Well, I didn't want to put any pressure on Grant, but yeah, Grant is thinking about moving in with Tyler.
Yeah.
So Grant
you guys from know Grant. Treacicle, if you don't recall.
Yeah. So who also used to work on the channel. So
right.
I think it'll be good for, like, Portland is a cool place. Grant is from the Bay Area of California. He's been living in San Diego for a long time. But San Diego is not really a good match for Grant. He is much more of a fucking
nature guy and
disgusting hippie.
Weather and rain and seasons and basically San Diego stands still in time the entire year. Nothing ever changes.
There's no big titty goth girlfriends in San Diego.
That's very true.
You're not going to find.
Okay, never. Point is, if you know where to look.
If there's going to be one, though, it's going to be like, I'm goth because I am an influencer, and that's what my dude. Instagram likes.
I went to the goth school. One of the guys in my math class, he went by Gleb.
Yeah, but he's not a big titty goth girlfriend.
No, yeah, but he knew the goth people, and I knew some of the goth people. But
Gleb.
Yes, Gleb. He had, I think. Hold on, let me think about this. Because we were like, you know how when you're on an airplane and you start talking to the person next to you sometimes, and you make like a friend for like an hour, and then
I know what you're talking about. It's a big theme on Fight Club.
Yeah. Exactly. Like on Fight Club.
One serving friend. Yeah.
That's what we were for math.
Okay.
So for like one quarter, we were friends, and then I never saw him or talked to him ever again. But Gleb had, I want to say he had 10 fingers, and I want to say he had 15 rings for 10 fingers.
Fuck yeah.
What?
Do you have big boots?
Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah. Oh, yeah. He had the fucking goth boots for sure. And I would talk to him about what he would do, and he's like, yeah, I don't sleep. I just walk around at night and smoke cigarettes.
Dude, bro, I had one of those guys in my school, but he wasn't a goth. He was just like a redneck. And like any day, any time you take a drive around Belchertown, that fucking dude was walking around. Always. And like what I didn't understand is he was like pretty thick, but this guy fucking walked like hundreds of miles a week easily. Dude, just walking around.
Yeah.
Like
So anyway, Gleb was real cool. I asked if it was okay if I called him Charles, and he was fine with it. So
Charles is pretty goth.
Yeah, so I called him
Pretty goth
Charles, and I think we had like a really, really great friendship for about 3 months, and then that quarter was over.
Dude, Rip Gleb.
Yeah, Rip Gleb. Gleb was a cool guy. Anyway, the point is I met other goth people through him. So I knew a good amount of goths. I went to the goth high school, but it is not easy to find goth people in San Diego. It's hard to wear a bikini and look goth, is what I've noticed.
Well, they don't. They wear like a bikini top and like a skirt, and then like have an umbrella.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I hear you.
They're always under the umbrella, so it's hard to see them. Charles says he thought it was Gleb, but it was me the whole time. Kit says most of her friends are goths. Cole said he only knew 3 goths, but Cole's from Utah, so goths are usually dragged behind trucks out there, if I believe I'm correct. Was he walking to the nearest fast food joint? No, he was usually far away from McDonald's. That's all we had in town was one McDonald's. Luthi says Polly has started to awaken your inner goth.
Fuck dude, yeah.
I mean, like, aren't Germans like ostensibly goth by blood?
Aren't they the goths of Europe?
Cole says the 3 goth kids were stupid popular. Probably because they were different. They weren't like fucking like Scandinavian as fuck looking Mormons. German Sparkle Party. But yeah, so Grant is likely going up to Portland.
Yeah, we've already like been measuring out rooms, and he's looking at beds and stuff. It's like a 99% chance that he's gonna end up moving up here. He's I feel like he's been done with San Diego for like years, but he just didn't have like a good reason or place to go. And Mike was talking to Grant because of shit that's happening down in San Diego. Basically, the guys have to move because the person who they were renting from is selling the place. So Grant has to move anyway, right as I get a free room.
Yeah.
And he doesn't want to live in San Diego. It just ended up working out really well. Mike connected the dots. And so now Grant's very likely going to move up here, which is cool.
Well, one of the things Grant really desperately wants, or maybe not desperately, but one of the things that he's very interested in is finding a relationship. And it's been very difficult for him in San Diego because San Diego is a very specific type of person place. And Grant is not that type of person.
Yeah, that's
so,
super
like,
fair.
Yeah, Grant's not working in tech. He's not like tan at all.
Grant has never been tan in his entire life.
He just can't do it. I got more color. My fucking Irish ass got more color down there than Grant did.
He's a ghost,
like the week that I was out there. But yeah, so Portland's just definitely more of his jam, and hopefully he'll be able to find people.
I will be the best wingman ever because I was thinking about it. I haven't been single for over a year since elementary school.
Yeah.
So, I've decided that for the next year, I kind of want to focus more on myself and what I want out of life and what I want from my story, so to speak, and sort of put relationships on the back burner for a little bit. And I'm going to date me, you know?
Dude, you got to start a white woman Instagram.
I know.
Just take pictures of dogs with like flowers or crowns and stuff.
I don't have any dogs, though.
Just find a dog. Golden
just find a dog.
Yeah, just find a dog. Eddie just found one, apparently.
You just found a dog?
Yeah, or a dead trash panda.
It's a dead trash panda. Do you want to feed it to the worms and collect its bones? That's... Wow, are you sure you're not goth? That was pretty
They're
fucking
still
goth.
talking about goth kids. Steel dog, don't worry. So yeah, so there's been a lot of changes, and like all sorts of stuff, but like things are going pretty well, I would say. You know, obviously like Tyler's dealing with the, you know, emotional after like backwash of what went down. We're trying to make it through that together and whatnot. But besides that, you know, things are par for the course. I bought a car That's the big thing. So now I am very open for cons all the way out to like Kentucky. Probably I could drive out there if I wasn't.
Now you have a car that can actually go places, as opposed to one that might die on the side of the road at any given moment.
Yeah, Tyler's driven in the car that we had.
It's scary, man. Like that car, I was uncertain that we were gonna make it back to your place.
It's an old Volvo with like 185,000 miles on it. But I bought a nice new Honda Civic. So, anyway, that is most of the shit. There obviously, you know, generally we talk about all sorts of crap. I mean, we don't have like a fucking timeline. We can talk about all sorts of stuff.
Dude, it's our podcast. We can do whatever the fuck we want. I made a big purchase. I bought a fucking electric kettle.
There you go. Dude, those are life-changing.
Oh my god, I can't believe I've never had one before. I've always just had the one that you put on the stove. It's so fast. Mm-hmm. It's so fast, dude. I've been making kava tea a lot of nights, which is always fun because it makes your lips and throat numb. And then What?
I just, every time you talk about it turning your shit numb, I just, like, imagine you just, like, face planting in cocaine.
I mean, it's like that, but it's a tea and not illegal.
Yeah.
And also doesn't give you fucking jitters and make you spend money on strippers.
There you go. You just spend money on strippers for fun.
I've never been to a strip club.
You've never been to a strip club?
No.
Let's talk about strippers. I hate the strip club. And I'm not a big fan of most of the strippers that I've met in my life. I had one friend that was a stripper and she was awesome. I also broke her nose once by accident, but she was a champ about it, so that was cool. She also used to sell acid out of the drive-thru at McDonald's. So she was a badass.
But sounds awesome.
Yeah, I've been to the strip club a couple times. Never of my own volition. It was never like, hey, bro, you want to go down to the strip club? But every time I've gone, it's always been very uncomfortable. First of all, like, strippers, not really my type. No offense, strippers. Like, I'm sure there's strippers out there that are my type, but like the ones that are around here, like, it's just weird. And there's like what really ruins it for me is the guys that you can tell are there every fucking night. And those men make me uncomfortable. Like, because they're like right up front. They know all the ladies by name. They got like their fucking nose like on the fucking dance floor, and like it's all you can see is like their nose and their eyes, right? And they're just like sliding dollar bills like past their eyes on the fucking floor, like waiting for the chicks to come over to them and stuff. It's just fucking creepy. But I'm also kicked out of the strip, like the local strip club. I'm kicked out of it for life. I don't know if I ever told that story on this podcast. Did I?
Think you have.
Okay. So one time I was at this party that
Mike's
I wasn't invited
I don't go to strip clubs because I got kicked out for life.
So it's nothing like you think. So
I'm sure it's not.
I was at this party that I wasn't invited to, and there was this dude there that like really wanted to kick my ass. So I was invited by my friends to leave, right? And I was already like drunk because I was very uncomfortable. So I drank more than I normally would have.
You were invited by your friends to leave?
Yeah,
they were like, hey, you want to not be here?
To go to the strip club. It was I go to the strip club or I get left at this party with this dude who wants to kick my ass. So
I see.
I was like, all right. So we were all already like super wasted. It's also like a Tuesday night, right? So we show up at the strip club and it is fucking empty, man. Except for, again, those dudes that are there like every fucking night. And it's amateur night. And all my friends, like, we all, pulled up around the club. And I immediately went to the bar and started ordering gin and tonics. And I had been drinking like this like Voodoo Ranger IPA or something like that all night. I don't know. Or no. What was it? It was it's got a dog on it. And it's by the same people that do Voodoo Ranger. I don't know. Anyway, it was a really strong IPA. And so then I started, with the gin and tonics on top of it. Right?
So you
like,
decided to choose violence the moment you got into the bar.
Yeah. And I also didn't have any cash because I don't carry cash on me because I'm not a fucking pleb, right? So like my buddy Cam is in front of this stripper named Bubbles who was, I guess, a cutie. I don't know. Like she was like wearing like panties.
Oh my god, I'm sorry. Like we have to talk about Kit's fucking great idea here. Strippers with QR codes. What a great fucking idea.
Apple Pay.
That's brilliant.
So yeah, so Bubbles was wearing panties that like looks like she just kind of like grabbed them out of her drawer that night. They were like kind of like peach colored.
Dude, it was amateur night.
Just like, yeah, it was just like regular, like, like bottoms. She was like, she clearly wasn't a dancer, if I can say that, and give you a little bit of an image. She had these big round glasses on and like a ponytail with like bangs, and like I'm not even paying attention to this chick, right? But Cam is, sliding her money and stuff, right? So Bubbles is dancing for Cam and whatnot. And she starts piling up all the money in front of me, right? So basically, like, she's facing Cam, she's pushing her money to the left. So instead of like keeping it in her underwear or whatever, she's pushing it to the left in front of me.
She's making a pile in front of you.
Yeah,
it makes it look like you're stealing her money.
Yeah, well, so I'm the dance floor was a corner, right? So I'm facing her left side. Where and everybody else is around the corner. Okay. And I'm sitting in between two girls, Ashley and oh my god, I can't remember her fucking name right now. Courtney. Sorry, Courtney. If you ever listen to this, you're awesome, by the way. So Ashley and Courtney and I are hanging out because they didn't want to go to the strip club either. They just got kind of pulled there, right? So Bubbles is piling up all this money in front of me. My drunk ass comes up with this great idea. I take the dollar off the table and give it to Courtney, and Courtney gives it to Brandon, and Brandon gives it to Cam, and Cam gives it back to Bubbles. And then Bubbles puts the dollar back into the pile, and I take the dollar and I give it to Courtney, who gives it to Brandon, who gives it to Cam, and then Cam gets infinite stripper time.
Wow, you're a dickhead.
So I just start doing this, right? And it's working out great. Because I got sleight of hand rolls for days, right? So I'm having fun doing
+9 to sleight of hand with advantage.
Dude, seriously, because like we're the only people in here. Like the bouncers are fucking watching, right? So nobody knows what I'm doing, right? Like Courtney's so fucking wasted. She's like falling off of her stool. So she thinks I'm just pulling money out and giving it to Cam, right? So meanwhile, Bubbles' pile is not getting any bigger. And then a new stripper comes up. But Bubbles is still there. She's still doing her thing, right? So this new stripper comes up. She's a woman of color. She's definitely from Springfield or Holyoke. A couple of dudes like roll in with her and stuff like that. Like they knew she was going to be dancing that night, and they show up and they're there for her, right? So these guys are, and she's like right in front of me, right? Again, I don't really care. Not into the whole stripper thing, but these guys are like, they're throwing 20s at her and shit, right? Damn. So there starts to be like bigger bills in front of me.
Oh no.
Now, so I'm not fucking with those guys. I'm not that drunk. Like I'm not fucking with that chick. She's a professional. Obviously, it's clear she's here to make her money. These are her patrons. Whatever. But Courtney finally like snaps out of her stupor for a second and notices what I've been doing this whole time. Right? And she's like, "Oh my god, dude, that's so funny." And I was like, "Courtney, shut the fuck up, dude. Like, shut up." She's like, no, that's so funny. I was like, Courtney, no, like, stop it, right? So she stands up, like, slaps her whole fucking belly and tits on the table and grabs this new stripper's fresh-ass $20 bill that's at her feet. Like, in front of these, like, hood-ass dudes. You know what I mean? Who, and, like, So this white bitch just grabs this chick's fucking money, right? And then this girl stops, and she just like dead eyes Courtney, and I push my chair back and get up and start walking away, and I hear, "That's my fucking money," and Courtney's like, "No, it's not. It's mine. Oh, no. Here, and dance." I'm like, just handing it back to her. And she's like, "Bitch, that is my fucking money." And I'm like walking out the fucking door. And so I'm standing outside, like, smoking a cigarette. And then all of a sudden, boom, the doors just like fly open. Everybody is running out of the fucking strip club that we were with. They're being chased by the bouncers and the fucking dudes that were like watching this chick dance. And they were like, come on, come on, come on. I was like, what happened? You know, like, what could have possibly happened? And then, yeah, we're all banned from that particular joint. Not allowed to go back. Yeah, we are lucky we didn't get shot. Courtney's lucky she didn't get fucking shot. It was probably because Courtney was the one that got caught, was why we didn't get shot. But god damn, dude, that was funny-ish. Dude, fucking, oh my god. and this poor woman, right? Like, it's bad. You know what I mean? Like, she had a cesarean scar. You know, she's obviously stripping to get her kid through whatever is going on, right? And some fucking stupid white chick steals her money. What? And is like, this is mine. Dance. Like, god fucking damn it. Anyway, so that's how I got kicked out of the strip club.
Nice.
Ranch says, now I want to go to the strip club with you and your friends. To be fair, I'm not friends with any of those guys anymore. I would hang out with Courtney. I like Courtney. Even though I don't know if I'd want to hang out with Courtney if she was that fucking drunk again, because she's going to get me in trouble. But, yeah. But yeah, no, there's plenty of reasons I'm not friends with those guys. Like, you think that shit that I did was fucking dumb? You should have seen some of the shit that those guys used to fucking do. Like, I remember, like, they got way too into strippers, man. They used, like, I'd wake up to, like, Instagram pics of them, like, blowing coke out of strippers' actual buttholes. And I was just like, eh. That's exactly what it was. I was a smart one. I knew how to do shady shit and not get in trouble. These guys just brought the trouble upon us.
Well, yeah,
you know,
yeah. There's a difference between being trouble and getting in trouble. Yeah.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Like, fucking Bubbles loses a half hour out of her life, whatever. Fucking, we get Bubbles shot and killed by bouncers. That's a different fucking story. You know what I mean?
It's a lot more than the half hour that you lose there.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of reasons that a lot of my friends are dead. You know what I mean? So anyway, young Mike and Kit have a lot in common. I absolutely believe that, Kit. It's just like, you know, you just cause a little bit of mayhem, but you don't want to ever do anything really bad. Mm-hmm. You know? So anyway,
you want people to go like, "Oh, you scoundrels!" Not, "I'm gonna fucking kill you."
Yeah. You know, like. Know who you're taking from, right?
Yeah.
Like, don't start stealing money from this poor fucking black woman who's like just trying to do her goddamn thing, you know? Fuck around with a couple $1 bills with Bubbles, who's like probably from, you know, fucking local community college. Just like trying to make an extra buck so she can go fucking buy some cocaine over the weekend. You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. Things are too orderly. Got to cause a little bit of chaos, just not too much, because it's how, you know, it's how you get shot. Mm-hmm. But anyway, abortions are made illegal in Texas.
Yeah, we could talk about anime and video games.
We'll get there.
I want to talk about 50 minutes in.
I want to talk about this fucking Shmishshmortionist issue.
Oh, we can't. I just want to, you know, you recently went through all of our podcast episodes and you're like, you know, we used to get to like anime and video games like 20 minutes in, dude.
That's true. We did. It was true. Sorry.
I like it more this way, but
I do too. And nobody's complained about it. So I don't think that there's an actual problem.
Yeah, no, they just stopped watching. Yeah. No, but we should talk about this.
Yeah, so Texas passed this law that is absurd, just absolutely absurd, that basically made abortions completely illegal. Illegal, but also not illegal. You know what I mean? Like, you can get an abortion.
You can get it as long as you get it within, I don't remember what it is, the first like 3 weeks of pregnancy or 6 weeks of pregnancy. Is that what it is?
Something like it's something like
it's so
it's something
soon.
absurd.
Most women don't even know that they're pregnant yet.
Yeah. So basically, what it is it's like, again, it's like you can get an abortion, but if you do, you can get sued by anybody for getting said abortion. And if you help somebody get an abortion, you can be sued by anybody for helping them. So, like, if you drive somebody to the abortion clinic, if you give them a phone number for the abortion clinic, you are therefore responsible for that abortion as well. And you can be sued by anybody. And when I say anybody, I don't mean just Texans. I mean, I could sue somebody in Texas.
It's what Kit said. It's bounty hunting for abortions.
Yeah.
Which is fucking sane.
Yeah. It's insane. And Mississippi's just sitting there, just like, oh yeah, like, fuck yeah. This leads to such a good precedent for us, because for people who don't know, there is only one abortion clinic that is left open in Mississippi. And Mississippi has very, 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 very strict laws on abortions as well, because Mississippi is a horrible place. And if you live in Mississippi and you're a smart person, get the fuck out. What are you doing?
Yeah, do what you can to go elsewhere.
Yeah, like, leave that state. But yeah, so this law is crazy. It's crazy. And I don't think that there's a limit of how many people can sue you, right? So, like,
I don't know the finer details.
Yeah, I don't.
Basically, the shit that's been happening is like Uber and Lyft were getting scared because they were thinking that their drivers, if they were driving somebody to an abortion clinic, could get sued. Like,
they can.
Yeah, which
they can.
I think both of them have been like, we're going to stand behind our drivers, and they're making funds specifically for that if it happens. Yeah. I mean, holy shit, they're actually doing something good. Good job, ride sharing services.
Yeah. What the cool thing is, though, is that this one doctor, I don't know if you heard about this, Ty, but this one doctor performed an abortion and then publicized it. He's like, yeah, I did an abortion, dude. I fucking sucked that fucking parasite right out. And basically opening himself up to be sued by, however many people want to do said suing. And this actually kind of harkens back to how Roe versus Wade, which was the lawsuit that made abortions legal in the first place for the most part, which is also the lawsuit and the decision that Texas is actively working to overturn and get ruined, basically destroy this Roe versus Wade thing that set a precedent for legalizing abortions in the first place. But basically, by opening himself up to this, the idea is to get the case to the Supreme Court. So the Supreme Court then has to make a final ruling on it. And basically, by upholding the Constitution, the Supreme Court will have to vote in favor of the abortionist, or whatever you fucking call him.
The doctor?
Dude, that is a badass superhero name.
The
abortionist. I love that. Trademark.
Dude, that is a great superhero name.
Yeah. The abortionist. Fuck yeah. So
just like comes at you with a bunch of medical tools and a hanger. Like
stopping problems before they start. The abortionist. Your parents failed to abort you, so I'll do it for them.
That's his twin brother who he has to hunt down. It's just an evil.
Oh my god.
It's the same guy but with a mustache.
Somebody draw us the abortionist and send it to us over Twitter. Just add us on Twitter when you've drawn the abortionist. It's the name of this episode.
The abortionist.
The abortionist. I knew we should have talked about this. So yeah, so hopefully this thing is gonna go to the Supreme Court and get overturned, and Texas will be put back into place, because America is a crazy ass country right now and ridiculous things are constantly happening. Like, I can't even keep up with the shit. I'm at the point now, like, when I was a kid, I never listened to the news. I didn't give a fuck. I listen to the news every day now. Like, I listen to NPR, and then I listen to Reuters, and then I listen to ABC News, and it's just like, shit is so fucking ridiculous, man. Like, I just, where, oh my God. Here's something great. So, you know, all those people that were like super anti-vax, that decided they were going to take the horse dewormer.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ivermectin, whatever it is. I forget.
Yeah. So that's made a bunch of people sterile.
I mean, listen, that's just natural selection.
Yes, dude. Like, especially men who have taken it, which is great. I saw numbers up to like 80% of people who took it, males who took it, were fucking became sterile. Don't quote me on that, but I mean, the fact that any of them became sterile is fucking amazing.
Dude,
because now they can't breed.
Yeah, but I also just found the best way to get a vasectomy, dude. Free vasectomy, man. I just got to take some horse dewormer.
Dude, I don't know. I don't know if you want to, like...
I don't want to.
Wait until the rest of the fucking horrific medical implications
I was
come
kidding,
out.
man. I was fucking kidding.
So, whoever came up with the dewormer idea is, like, the prototype abortionist, man. It's like, that should be the abortionist's other goal, is to sterilize people.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously. He's fixing the problem before it starts.
Dude, that's metagame of abortion right there. It's preemptive. It's abortion before abortion even needs to be happening.
He's got his, like, abortion cave.
Yeah.
It's just filled with, like, test tubes and Plan B. Like,
it's just filled with report cards. It's just like, he's just watching all the people that fail all the classes.
And he's got his giant, like, abortion screen, you know, that's in the shape of a uterus or something. I don't know. And like, he's just like, he's just like, yes, it's going very well. the ivermectin plan.
Dude, oh my God, yes. The abortionist will live. Oh my God, we got to make t-shirts of the abortionist. Just have Bonsai pop on the back. Yes. Okay. So that's hilarious. I'm pretty sure Trump took the horse dewormer. I'm not entirely sure, but I think that he
fucking
did.
knows. The fact that this is still an issue is the stupidest thing in the fucking world. Every single senator and governor in like elected official in basically any fucking position has taken the fucking the vaccine.
The vaccine?
Yeah.
I mean, I think so. I'm not entirely sure about like Florida, but
I'm like 90% sure that basically every single senator and governor is taking it. And it's like, these are the same people they're just pandering to their fucking audience. Yeah. That's all they're doing. That's all it is.
They're calling it freedom, dude. It's not fucking like it's not freedom. You know, like I had, like, I don't remember who I got into a debate with this about, but it's like there's an inherent issue with the concept of freedom in America. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, first of all, we're not free because we have rules and laws. Right? You break the rules and laws, you get fucking locked up, or you get a fine, or blah, 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 blah. Like, yeah, you can do it.
You get punished because there are consequences.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you can do these things, but you will get locked up where you don't have freedom. You'll have your quote unquote freedom taken away. But if your freedom can be taken away, then are you free in the first place? And if that is freedom, then people are fucking free all the time, anywhere. Freedom is just fucking inherent, and it's not special to the United States at all whatsoever. The only freedom that people really have in the United States is to fucking step on everybody else's neck and get to the fucking top. And then stay there and just hoard all the wealth.
We equate freedom with capitalism.
Yeah, exactly. Like the freedom of America is the freedom to make all the money.
Right.
If you are born into the right circumstances, are lucky enough and cold-hearted enough to get it.
Well, yeah, because originally it was supposed to be life, liberty, and the pursuit of property.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's just... The whole thing is fucking insane. So, like, when people start yelling about freedom, you've already lost them. Because it's just not... These people who want freedom are also the fucking people who set up this abortion law in Texas. You know what I mean? It's hypocritical by nature.
It's extremely hypocritical. And also, it's just like, if you're saying that it's your choice to not take the vaccine, well, then every fucking person and establishment that doesn't want you in there because you haven't taken the vaccine has that choice too. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You can't have it both ways. You can't just go into a supermarket because it's your freedom. No, that is a private establishment owned by somebody, and they can choose not to have you in there.
Right, but then you have those people shouting back at you, and they're like, well, then why can't we kick the gays out of our establishments and the blacks out of our establishments? Because they do try to do that in places like Mississippi, and they can't. You know what I mean? So it's like
and the answer is because we don't have freedom on the level that you think you do. You just think that you have that because you're a white asshole.
That's true. Also, yeah, Kit, you are right. Being gay and black aren't a choice.
Yeah, exactly.
So that
is, as well.
That is, yeah. Well, there you go. That's the comeback to that. Is that being gay and black aren't a choice. Not getting a vaccine for the most people is a choice. There are people who cannot get it. Right. And for them, that's why you get it, is because there are people out there who cannot get it because they have health problems. And they're the people you and your fucking selfish pussy ass are going to fucking kill because you are either too afraid or too ignorant to get the goddamn fucking vaccine. It also makes
no fucking... What is the conspiracy?
They think that
the
government's putting tracking chips into our bodies and shit like that.
But it's the whole fucking world.
Yeah. Also, we already get vaccines, dude.
Yeah.
Like, to go to public school, you have to get the polio vaccine. You have to get the measles vaccine. You have to get fucking tetanus shots. Like, dude, like, I got my fucking vaccines, and I've had tetanus shots, and I'll tell you what, like, if the government was sneaking anything into you, it's through the fucking tetanus shot, because that shit hurts. You can feel that stuff.
It's like a motherfucker, dude.
You can feel the tetanus shot going through your veins.
Yeah,
like, I don't know, like, what the fuck it's made out of, but it feels like silicone, you know? Like, but even still, even if the government, like, this is the first time the government is trying to put tracking devices into our bodies, is only a tippy toe past the line that they've already drawn. Like, we are surveilled at all times.
And also,
constantly.
The people who are worried about that, nobody wants to know what you're doing.
And they're on Instagram. You're on Instagram, motherfuckers. I know it. I know for a fact that people that are that fucking obsessed about the vaccine being like this big fucking scandal are on websites that track everything you do. And they advertise to you, and they listen to you, and they take pictures and snaps of you when you're not fucking looking, when your camera's not, when you don't think your camera's on. Like, I was talking to my family yesterday. I was like, talking to my papa, right? Because like he doesn't have any, apps on his phone and stuff like that. And I was like, you want to see something really fucked up? Look at my phone right now. It's in sleep mode, right? It's off. And then I went up to the voice receiver on my phone, and I was like, sunglasses, 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 sunglasses. I said it like 50 times into my phone. Turned on my phone, opened up Instagram, scrolled down it a little tiny bit, immediately got an ad for sunglasses.
Yeah, dude. Happens all the time. We were playing Naraka Blade Point yesterday, and we decided to have some drinks while we were doing it, and I was talking about the fact I wanted to make a Kentucky fuck, what is it called? A Kentucky Mule, because I had some mint. But I didn't have any bourbon. I was like, fuck, I don't have any bourbon. I guess I'll use scotch. Immediately on fucking Twitter, I get an ad for fucking Knob Creek.
Yeah. Yeah. And the thing is if you have these apps, you have signed up for that. Mm-hmm. When you accept the terms and conditions for these apps, you have allowed them access to your phone, your data, and everything else. It's all in the terms and conditions.
Camera, your microphone, etc., etc. But, you know, terms and conditions are fucking 50 pages long and written in lawyer speak, so nobody reads them.
Yeah. And basically, like, if you are tied to the world financially in any fucking way, you are being tracked and monitored at all times. If you have a power bill, bam. If you have a water bill, bam. If you go to the grocery store, if you drive a car, if you have an internet connection, you are constantly being tracked. The government can find you in a second. They know exactly where you are, what you were doing, what you were thinking. They fucking can profile you by your purchases, like everything.
Yeah, I had a kid who at my college who said something bad about Obama on Twitter or some shit, or on his Facebook, and the next day the Secret Service was at his dorm.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, if you're in college, forget about it.
Yeah.
Dude. College internet is monitored so fucking hard. Like, I remember we like turned on uTorrent one time when one of my exes was like living at UMass, and we got like a $20,000 like fucking like lawsuit letter from the fucking. She was freaking out about it, and I was like, dude, just throw it away. Just fucking throw it away. And if they ever come at you, just be like, prove it. And they can't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kit says they can only get you within a few meters. That's fair.
Kid also said I always use the web version of anything. Yeah, but if your phone's in the room, it doesn't matter. Because, like I was playing...
Well, she's
like
saying on her phone. She uses the web version on her phone.
Oh, okay.
But even still, but like, still, once you boot up Facebook...
When we were playing games last night, I said that my phone was in the room... So it tracked it, and then I was looking at it on my computer and still got the ad.
Yeah.
You know? Because it's still the same fucking website. If the app is tracking it because I said something, it's still going to show it to me on the web version.
Yeah. And web versions, like web things will track your IP address. So like wherever your IP address has been, if you log into Twitter or Facebook or anything like that on your computer... Twitter and Facebook are going to get all of the traffic that your IP address has been through.
Do you know how many editing software ads I get?
Oh yeah, dude, me too. Because we share a fucking Google account.
I was about to go onto Facebook just to prove a point, but I forgot Facebook is down.
Yep.
But yeah, anytime I go on Facebook, minimum of 3, like, try our, fucking Galaxy Explosion pack for After Effects or Premiere or whatever. Oh, here's a glitch pack. Oh, here's a sound effect pack. Constantly, dude.
I get them for musical instruments and for like you were saying, like sound packs and stuff like that. I get a ton for sound packs for like DAWs and shit like that. It's fucking ridiculous. Like whippets because of the monster. That's you never. I missed the beginning of this. I get ads for things my roommates say or search for, but never on my own phone. Like whippets because of the monster that is my landlord's ex-girlfriend. Whippets? What like hitting the fucking whipped cream bottle? like
yeah, ads for that? That's a great ad, dude.
Yeah.
That's another thing that the abortionist made, dude. He's trying to find people who would actually buy stuff off of a Whippets ad.
Oh my god. Yeah. Devin brought something up to me the other day that I thought is a good a good topic of conversation was, do you think that cell phones have saved more lives than deaths that they've caused? And I don't know the answer to that, but I would imagine because of the suicide that like social media has caused.
Yeah.
And the constant access to it. Because like Instagram is way under fire right now. because it is like super duper detrimental to like young people, I guess. And Facebook's trying to fucking curate an Instagram for people 13 and under.
Why?
I don't know.
It's a horrible idea.
They're trying to make like a YouTube Kids for fucking Instagram.
Yeah, capitalism is why.
Capitalism.
We know why, Kit. Like, we know why. No, I
the car accidents. That's a good point.
Yeah, no,
I was
car
just
accidents
thinking about suicides.
was what I was thinking about.
I mean, look how many people Pokemon Go killed. Like in the first couple weeks, like people were like running into like dead bodies trying to look for Pokemon and shit. Like, yeah, Omni says plus the amount of crimes that it caused because you can track people through it. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I would probably say the answer is no. In general, unless the technology is made to save lives, it typically ends up hurting more than helping in terms of lives. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with no. But also people are fucking stupid. Don't stop using your phone in dangerous situations. A car is dangerous. You're going 60 miles an hour or more.
Yeah.
Don't be stupid.
Yeah.
Now,
yeah, I mean, I was just thinking about suicides
with the internet
through.
Technology has just made it so that people can show how fucking horrible they are without showing who they are. That's the main thing that technology has done, and now I think it's almost reverting to the point where it's like we've had phones long enough because for a while it was like there's some shitty people, but they tend to not be as vocal. Then they became vocal on the internet, and now I think they've gotten so used to being vocal on the internet they're becoming vocal back in real life again.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, they feel powerful because they've found a group of people that will sit around and echo their hate and shit. Yeah.
I do remember the days when you weren't supposed to give any of your real info out on the internet. When we first started Treesicle, one of the things that we talked about was whether or not we were going to use our real names. Like, that was a discussion that, like, me, Ryan, Grant, and Kevin had was, you know, are we going to figure out aliases or are we going to use our real names? How are we going to do that? And we ended up going with our real names, and at first it was just going to be our first names.
Yeah.
But, you know, at some point we started doing cons and stuff, and then, like, you know, it comes out one way or another, unless you're, like, really careful for it not to, you know?
And now we're at the point where there's so many fucking, like, internet superstars that, like, you'll just, like, see somebody that you've never even heard of before, like not even a tick, not even like a mention,
not even a talk.
These people have like these people have like millions of followers on Instagram or millions of followers on some other app.
Well, I was specifically saying talk because I don't know literally any of the big people on TikTok, but I know that they're massive. I mean, TikTok is the biggest social media app right now.
Yep.
Like
it has surpassed YouTube.
Yeah, it gets more watch time than YouTube.
Yeah, it's because it's crack. It's just shit crack.
Yeah, I think even Trailer Drake was saying, like, if you're a millennial who still isn't on TikTok, what the fuck are you doing? Like, if you're still holding out, you're fucking up. And, well, I understand why he's saying that. I just, like, I don't need another fucking
we gotta do it.
App.
We have to fucking make a TikTok, basically. Like, we have to. See, like... we could probably double to triple our income if we started a TikTok and simply do like me sitting in front of my phone being like top 10 anime characters. Here we go.
Yeah,
Goku.
But it's just like, no.
Like, it's our job, man. We don't have a choice.
Yeah, but look at the people who support us monthly saying we'll never touch TikTok. Fuck TikTok. Please don't. Please don't.
Well, that's fine.
Lower yourself to that.
They're not gonna watch it. You know what I mean? And nor should they.
I mean,
but like again, it's the same thing with like the Raid Shadow Legends shit. You know what I mean? Like
the Raid Shadow Legends shit's so funny.
Yeah, it's like, you know, like don't be all in your face like I mean that's if we were gonna do TikTok, we would do TikTok like
different.
The same way that we do YouTube. Yeah,
Yeah.
the same way that we do YouTube.
We
You know what I mean? I wouldn't be like,
hey, guess what? It's time for your weekly anime roundup.
yeah, or
Like,
even like
no.
there's like TikTokers out there that are like, okay, so here's your astrological sign and here is your anime character. Aries, you're Vegeta. You know, like that kind of stuff. It's just like it's just so fucking stupid. Yeah, it's like Devin has been very like up my ass about TikTok and like how we have to make a TikTok and like how we could make a TikTok and how we would be so fucking popular on TikTok if we just did like X, Y, and Z. So we should probably sit down with Devin and talk to her about it. And she said she would. She said she would like basically like
Listen,
do
if
that
Devin
for
wants
us.
to run our TikTok and then we pay her when we make money from it, like, great.
Yeah.
I'm fucking
Yeah.
down. If I don't ever have to touch it, love it.
Yeah. Yeah, we do need a social media manager pretty badly.
We're so bad at it, dude. We're so bad at it.
Yeah. Well, it's because I don't like it.
I know, neither do I.
don't like
have you seen my
social
Twitter?
media. I have seen your
It's
Twitter.
the only social media I have. My banner says "This is my Twitter" in black text with a white background. I haven't changed my my profile picture. It's the same one that I have on Discord. I haven't changed it in years. And I would assume that I haven't tweeted in at least 6 months.
I'd probably not. Unless Devin asked you to retweet something or some shit.
Highly doubt it. The last time I tweeted was Christmas last year.
There you go.
Yeah.
So it's almost
it's
been a year since you tweeted. What I don't like, I just don't like social media in general. I mean, like, I'm pretty good about like who we follow and stuff like that. So like when I get on Twitter, it's generally like a pretty decent time, and Instagram and stuff like that. But it's like, I don't like the weirdness of it, right? So, I mean, this is just, first of all, I don't understand Instagram, and I super don't understand our Instagram, right? Like, we put something out on Twitter and we get, I would say the average is somewhere around like 11 likes. You know, like we've had some tweets. Yeah, we've had some tweets that maybe 20. I don't know. Like we just passed 3,000 followers on Twitter, which is crazy. But like, because that's completely organic. Like, we have done nothing to like pimp out our Twitter, really.
Yeah.
And like, we're whatever. Anyway, so the thing is like, if I post a picture of myself on Twitter, that's an instant 50 likes. And I don't know why. Why is that?
People like you, dude.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
they don't care about what I have to say.
Yeah.
They just want to like look at a picture of me.
I don't know.
It's weird.
I would say in general we get 20 to 25 likes.
Tops for 3,000 followers. I mean, that's a
followers.
terrible ratio. That's a terrible ratio. Well, thank you, Ranch. I haven't felt very handsome in a long time. I need to drop the COVID weight pretty bad.
Yeah, me too.
I'm like my normal like weight is like around 160, 155 pounds. I'm like 185 pounds right now. Like, I've put on like 30 pounds. So I really want to get rid of that.
Yeah,
and my hair is just at this horrible length right now where it's like, this is always the time where I'm like, do I grow it out or do I cut it? But I really want to grow it out. How tall am I? 5'10". Or like 5'10", 5'11", depends on the day, I would say, or where I slept. If I sleep on the potato, then I'm like fucking 5'10". But yeah, so like either way, it's weird. It's weird that like if I post a picture of myself that it gets that many more likes and stuff. Like, it's just like I don't know, and it's like that with everybody too.
Yeah.
Like, if you post a picture of yourself on Instagram, you will get way more likes than if you post a picture of something.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't understand
get it.
why Instagram is so much more interactive, because like we get hundreds of likes.
Hundreds
on
and
everything.
We do nothing. We maybe post once a week on Instagram.
Oh, there's no way we post that often.
I mean, I post it once in a while. Like, I posted some like skateboarding stuff when I went skateboarding and shit. Like, but yeah, like it's like, I don't know. I think Instagram is just easier. It's easier to like things on it, because that's all you can do. You know what I mean? You just double tap.
I don't
Bada
even know
boom.
how to
There you
look at
go.
our fucking
Liked it.
feed on Instagram. There we go.
Just press the home button. Yeah. But yeah,
Or
so
not
like
our
you
feed,
just
but like our fucking page, whatever.
up to our profile.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how to do that either.
I think I found it, but it's not loading. So whatever.
But yeah, so like our Instagram, like again, like we care for our fucking Twitter way more than we do for our Instagram, but our Instagram like does so fucking well, and I don't know why. Like in comparison to Twitter, at least, and I don't know. I don't get it. It's probably because my hashtag game is like fucking on point. I'm just saying.
But even when I post things,
like,
and my hashtag game is fucking under
dog
the
shit.
fucking ocean. Yeah, like the only reason I
it's
use
like hashtag anime.
Yep. I definitely did hashtag anime last time. And it's funny because like I'm posting this after I've done the tags for our video.
Yeah.
So I already know what the hashtag should be, and I'm just like, nope, fuck that.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know. It's just social media is really fucking weird. I don't have any idea how TikTok works. I know that live streaming on TikTok can be extremely what's the word when money is good?
Lucrative?
Profitable. Yeah, lucrative, profitable. Streaming on TikTok can be
I don't know how the monetary layout works for TikTok. I'm fairly certain that you actually make more from YouTube.
But you don't get the same amount of views.
Right.
Like TikTok, you get like nobodies, like people who like just happen to post a video. You know what I mean? Like out of nowhere, get millions.
Dude, I understand. I've been helping that doctor with his.
Oh, with TikTok.
Well,
yeah.
I told him I don't know fucking jack about TikTok, but just keep doing what you're doing. And I mean, he has millions of views on TikTok.
Yeah.
And
I mean, that TikTok you showed me was pretty fucking funny. That was a decent TtikTok.
Well,
you know what I mean?
I mean, because I edited it, yeah.
Oh, okay.
He didn't make that. I made that.
Yeah.
His original version was not good.
Yeah. But again, it's the same thing with streaming though, right? Like when I stream, if I do just chatting, we'll get 35 to 50 heads in there. Mm-hmm. You know, if I'm playing video games, 15.
Yep.
Like what I don't understand, it's like I don't know if it's something that we've created where it's just like people are just like more interested in I don't Kitch says we like you, we really like you, but why? Like I don't.
Well, then you fuckers should listen. I'm telling the people who listen to the podcast to listen to the podcast, which doesn't help. See, here's the thing, right? If we can get the podcast off the ground to the point that we can get sponsors, we don't have to do anything else ever again.
I mean, we can get sponsors, like
for the podcast. I don't think so.
Dude, I have not logged into the podcast email since we opened it, but let me check it out.
I got this. I have it. Yep, I have it right here. Gmail.
Oh, this is all like YouTube creators shit.
Yeah, sure
Podbean. Is. Yeah, it doesn't look like we've had many.
Yeah, because we don't get enough viewers, and it's not well known.
That's true. Yeah. I mean, we get downloads though. Like our our podcast is like up to like 30,000 downloads, I think.
Yeah, for the whole thing. Like
it's true.
If we were getting 30,000 an episode, absolutely. Yeah. You know.
Yeah, that's true.
You guys really need a manager? Yeah, we're very well aware. We we know.
Dying on Madeira, for example. Oh yeah, Luther's just saying drops in to see what I'm doing. Yeah, it's like I don't know. It's just it's weird to me that like I don't know. So, like I said, social media is just weird. Like YouTube, I understand why people like the YouTube channel because it's content. Like it's content. You know, it's formulated, it's written, it's thought out, it's like all this stuff, but like, you know, you just throw a picture of yourself on the internet and you get like 500 likes on it, and it's like I guess that's just strange to me. I don't know, maybe it's a self-esteem problem or like a what's that thing that everybody has, the fucking imposter syndrome or something like that. I don't fucking know. But like I don't want to be like Markiplier. Like I don't want to be like, you know, I'm Markiplier, and then all these little fucking girls are like, oh my Jamie, huh? You know, like it tingles, like, you know, like I just, you know, I want to be respected for like what we do and shit like that.
We got that reminds me that we got an Instagram message from somebody who was like, I like your videos, but you're not too bad to look at either.
Let me guess, it was a dude, right?
I don't think so. If I recall,
no?
It was somebody who actually has a fairly large following of lewd pictures on Instagram.
Oh my god. I have to check this out.
Yeah, it should be in the requests. Hold up. Instagram is... oh, you know what? Instagram's probably having issues because Facebook's having issues.
Oh. 8 requests.
Yep, no, I can't look at the requests right now.
Yeah, Instagram's fucked up.
Yep.
There we go. Interesting. Well, anyway.
But yeah, somebody messaged us, and I was like, who is this that has like 11,000 followers? And I was like, oh, that's a butt.
Don't tell Devin. She'll get the knife out, dude. Dude, Devin is so easily riled. She has to refrain from reading the YouTube comments because she just wants to fucking fight all the time with everybody who's in them.
I mean, that's great.
I was like, this guy didn't even say anything that mean. She's like, I don't like when people are mean to you. Okay, all right. It's okay. It's gonna be all right.
I mean, that's good. Yeah, WhatsApp is also owned by Facebook or whatever. Hey, you want to talk about like anime?
Yeah, we can talk about anime. Tyler, how was your anime week?
So I've watched 2 things.
Okay.
I watched the entirety of Dragon Maid S. So I watched the whole 2nd season, which I had not had the fucking chance to do between videos and the trip and then the breakup and all that shit. Then I needed something mindless to watch after the breakup. So I watched the entirety of 7 Deadly Sins final season.
Oh, it's the final season?
Yeah, it's over.
Okay, shit. All right, well, why don't you start with Dragon Maid? How was that?
Yeah, so I haven't seen or I haven't read the manga of Dragon Maid, but I will say this. It had very much the same feel as the first season, but there was also a lot more fan service than the first season from what I remember, and I'm curious if that is part of the manga or if the new director was just like, look at this shot where we're literally just looking down boobs.
I mean, to be fair, the character designs are very boobyish.
Yes, no, they absolutely are. It just seemed like in the first season it was very much done in a... Not afterthought's not the right word, but it was more subtle. Whereas this season, like there was literally a shot where I just started laughing because like Lukawa like walks in and she's talking to I think Kana and the new character Ilu, the new dragon. And it's just a shot from Lukawa's perspective, looking down at her boobs, and then over the boobs you can see Kana and Ilu.
Yeah, that sounds like anime. But hey, you can comfortably enjoy fan service now, so enjoy it. Because it's not the worst thing in the world. You know what I mean? Like, there are certain anime that are, like, built upon fan service. There's some anime that just have fan service, and then there's just, like, anime that are disgusting. But, like, you know, I think that Japan is weird, and as anime fans, like, we understand that Japan is weird, and I think that, like, nowadays, for the most part, I would say, or at least maybe I'm in my own bubble of intelligent people here on the Patreon, but I think that we all have a certain, I've been listening to Hardcore History a lot, and Dan, what's his fucking face, has been doing this series called the Supernova in the East, right? So he's been talking about, you know, the Japanese in World War II, right? And he has this way of saying it, looking at it through the Japanese social antenna, right? So, like, if you view Japanese content as through an American lens, right, which is highly, skewed by Western religion, Judaism, Christianity, Islam, and it hits different depending on your knowledge and understanding of the culture, right?
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, the fundamentalism of the Puritans, exactly. And it ruins everything. Yeah, that's essentially correct. And I wasn't saying that it was bad, just that there was definitely more of it, and I noticed it. But it was mainly funny. Like I was never like that. I was never uncomfortable by it. I was more eye rolling at it, which is fine. Overall, like the season was very, very good.
That's good, because when you started it, you were like, you know what I mean?
The first episode definitely still made me a little uncomfortable, but getting past that and then watching the rest of it, it very much followed the same story arc of random bullshit's happening, and then it gets kind of real at the end. And it's sort of like what we do with our videos almost, where it really hits home on a more personal level towards the end. And I think that's why I like it so much.
I'm excited to watch it.
Yeah. So I would definitely still recommend it. I don't think it's as good as the first season. But I think it's still a very acceptable second season.
That's good. I mean, considering the kind of pressure that they've been under, throughout the pandemic and stuff like that, and with the fucking studio burning to the ground, people dying and stuff. I mean, the fact that they even got it out is impressive, let alone making it really good.
Yeah, Luthi says the character development is better in Dragon Maid S. I do agree with you, but I think the reason that it's better is because now they're established. The first season is about establishing who Toru is, who Kobayashi is, and what their relationship is. That's primarily what that is wading through the uncertainty and figuring out what these two mean to each other. And then season 2 still has that for sure, but they're more in tandem with each other and they know what's going on more, so it allows more exploration into the other characters. And you do learn a lot more about Elma and Toru's relationship, which is really fucking interesting. So yeah, overall still a very, very good season. Really enjoyed it. Still my favorite anime. Still gonna watch it when I feel bad, and it's gonna make me feel better,
We should plan for a December video on it then.
Okay, sure.
Because we never know what the fuck we're gonna do for December.
That's true.
So I think doing that would be a good idea.
I'm down, especially because it was. I mean, I know a lot of people think that it was the best, or one of the best anime of the last season. So, yeah,
right, good. Really? Last season was summer. Last season was summer season. Okay, well let's go back and forth. So the seasonal that I'm watching right now is Itaten Deities.
Right, you said I have to watch that.
Yeah, dude. Okay, so Itaten Deities it on? No Only Peace. It's on Crunchyroll. And it's E.10, so IDATEN.
Right.
This dude. All right, so it's animated by Mappa.
Okay.
And it's probably one of their best, most stylistic animations I've ever seen. It is a wild looking show, and it's very cool. It's hyper stylized. Just the OP is one of the coolest fucking OPs that I've ever seen. Just the way that they do it's so bright and so colorful. But this show is fucked up. It is it has this happy Dragon Ball Z kind of feel to it almost. With the animation and the characters and everything like that, but it is it is such a dark and brutal and like Game of Thrones disgusting show.
Oh,
You know what I
wow.
mean? Like there is some shit that goes down in E to 10 reviewers no or E to 10 deities no only piece that is like next level fucking shit, right? Like there's this one so basically the idea is that 800 years ago the demons had this uprising, right? And back then demons were these giant stupid creatures whose only desire was to destroy all life on Earth, right?
Okay.
And human beings were terrified, and they prayed and they prayed and they prayed, and all this prayer.
Ooh, sorry.
You okay?
Yeah, it just
Sounds like
sneezed.
Sounds like someone snuck up behind you and like stuffed something up your ass, dude.
Yeah, it was a sneeze. Came out the front.
So these guys, so humans, they prayed and they prayed and they prayed and prayed, and all of a sudden, gods came into existence through this prayer, this necessity, basically.
Okay.
And they waged war against the demons and eventually won, and the demons were sealed away. And they were sealed away through the power of the Edeton deities, who also sealed themselves away to keep the demons from getting out. And there was one deity left who was left on her lonesome to guard this seal. And then, throughout the next 800 years, other deities had popped up, and like they come into existence without any knowledge of like who they are or what they are or anything like that.
Okay.
And like they don't really do anything. Like they're not gods in the sense that like they dictate human, like civilization or anything. They are immortal beings that basically, if something really bad happens where like the world is in danger, then they'll intervene. Like they don't care about wars or like, genocide or anything
otherwise
like
they're
that.
just like,
Yeah, they're very, very ambivalent to like pretty much anything that's going on. But then demons come back in another way, essentially, and the deities have to kind of figure out how to deal with this problem, right? And the demons are breeding, and there's this. I just have to give you an idea of how deep or how dark this show is willing to go.
Okay.
There is this one demon in particular, and she is so horny. She's constantly masturbating, right? It's a seinen, right? She's constantly masturbating, like she's just so fucking
I don't
crazy.
think you had to clarify that.
And she's living with these other two demons, right? One is just like kind of a regular demon, and the other one is a gestator, right? So this other demon is able to create new demons through this process.
Okay.
So she's creating demons and then fucking them. like her own kids, right?
Uh-huh.
Like all of them are like doing their own fucking kids to make more demons, dude. Like that's how fucked up this show is.
So she can create demons without sex, but then she has sex with the demons that she creates?
No, she can only create more demons through sex.
Oh, okay.
But,
yeah,
it's
okay,
just...
because fragile was like, process equals sex? Yeah, that was confusing, because you said it was a process.
No, process equals demon. It's you have to... I don't want to spoil anything.
Okay.
Because it's fascinating. But goddamn, if it isn't, like... it is inappropriate for nobody, or it is appropriate for nobody. This show, it like pushes my boundaries where I'm like, what
I don't
the fuck,
know that
dude?
I want to watch this now.
No, it's awesome. Like the action is amazing. It is so brutally fucking violent because these deities can't be killed, really. So like when they're training with each other, like they will like punch fucking holes through each other, like like this is the main character and his deity sensei, basically, like she'll just come up behind him and like break his neck. You know, just because like that'll make him stronger eventually. Yeah. Like she'll be like, "Shut up," and just like break his fucking neck, like twist his head all the way around. And he's like on the ground, just like blood coming out of his eyes and ears, and he's like, "Fuck it, you bitch!" Like, you know, like it's just, it is so unrestrained, you know, and like, yeah, fucking Luthie's saying, and we've seen Narotsuka Doji. Like that's kind of like. Like that's also kind of the reason that I like Trigger for like what Trigger does. It's just unrestrained, in a way where it's like we don't care if we're gonna upset people. We don't care if we're gonna disgust people. We don't care if we're going to like, you know, make people fucking like with the violence and stuff. We're just making something, and fuck you, you know. And like when things like that work out, I think it's a really interesting dynamic between like morbid curiosity and appreciation for something that truly is original. You know what I mean? And at this point, we're at this age where everything is so homogenized, you know, that like fucking Marvel movies, dude.
Yeah.
Like I just never want to see a fucking superhero movie again. You know, they're all the same.
I hear you on that.
Yeah. Yeah. So you just gotta like, for something to be really original at this point, it's got to be fucked up, because everything's been done a million times. Like how many times has Friends been done, and how many times has it been done before Friends existed? You know what I mean? They were making general sitcoms all the way back in the fucking 70s. You know what I mean? Like, and that's what I love about Japan is like they're so like. God, my fucking inner vocabulary is not working very well today. They're so repressed. And they're so stressed out.
But it comes
because
out
of their society
a lot.
Yeah, and you can see it with these crazy things that they come up with in their like ridiculous depression stress state. You know what I mean? Like it is a beautiful outlet for their angst. And I think that's a lot of what it is angst just like barfed onto a fucking page. And it's crazy to see that, because the best art, the best stories always come from when people are at an impasse in their lives. You know, like look at Van Gogh. Like Van Gogh like was like out of his fucking mind, dude. And then created some of the greatest paintings to ever exist. You know, I'm sure we can come up with multiple things that are in the same direction. You know, I mean, look at Heath Ledger, right? Mm-hmm. One of the best performances of all time, Heath Ledger as the Joker. And he was like fucking, you know, suicidal, dude. Like it just shit is just fucking out of control.
Yeah,
you know,
I mean,
like when
it's one of the reasons why I like what we do is because it's an outlet for how we're feeling. You know.
Exactly. Yeah, it very much is.
And,
you know?
and we've also built the channel around the fact that it's not just we're analyzing these things objectively, but they're very purposely subjective on how we're doing it. You know?
Yeah.
We're analyzing it for how we see it, not how everybody should see it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I'm happy that we've opened that dialogue about like politics that are intrinsic to the anime itself, because like, you know, with Edaton deities, it is, you know, like disgusting at some points, you know, like with this fucking lady fucking her own kids to make more kids, but it's a look at the where the morality line lies between living beings and beings that are fucking immortal, you know, and don't have any kind of human perspective on shit. You know what I mean?
It's a lot of god fucking in various pantheons.
Right? That's what I'm saying. Like dude, I mean,
a lot of that.
All of it. I mean, that, like, fucking the Greeks, the Romans, the fucking, the Norse, you know? Like, all the gods were fucking their own kids. They didn't give a shit. They were fucking your kids. Like, you know,
I mean, they would fucking anything. Like, Zeus had way too many fucking affairs, man.
Didn't Zeus turn into a cow one time and, like, fuck somebody as a cow?
Pretty sure.
Something like that.
I'm pretty sure he turned into bull or something to like fuck
Yeah.
somebody else that had been turned into a cow.
Yeah.
Like,
So fucking weird. Kit says when you accept the Holy Spirit, it's God fucking. Yeah, pretty much, right? Like he's all up in you. Speaking of the Holy Spirit, if you haven't yet, I highly recommend watching Midnight Mass on Netflix, because that show is super good. It's very fucking cool. All right, so what was it? What was the other one that you watched?
I watched the final season of Seven Deadly Sins as like
Oh yeah,
my brain palate cleanser.
that's okay. So where I left off on the Seven Deadly Sins was around where like they went back in time. The Diane and Fairy Boy
okay,
went back in
yeah.
time.
Deanne and King are you were with Droll and Gloxina, which was the Droll was the giant king and Gloxina was the fairy king with like the crazy fucking wings. And then they do like some sort of crazy spell thing which sends them back in time in Droll and Gloxina's bodies.
Yep.
Yeah. It's like season 3 or something. I don't remember.
Oh, okay. What's the last season?
So the last
How many
season,
seasons?
There's I think this was the 5th season.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I don't have enough time for.
There's no we covered it once.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, we did it because fucking Figurama asked us to. And we were like, yeah, all right. Because I would not want to cover Seven Deadly Sins again. The last season was better than I expected it to be.
Okay.
By actually a pretty big margin. I was really expecting it to fall off the deep end.
Oh yeah, I mean it's Seven Deadly Sins.
It was actually fairly good. It really fucking got me. During one episode, like I don't know if you care about spoilers at all or whatnot.
I don't particularly. I'm sure there's people in the audience that wouldn't want spoilers, but it got you.
Yeah, there is a scene, or there is an episode about halfway through. I didn't know how long the season was. I expected it would end in 12 episodes, and it does not.
Okay.
And there's like an episode right around there where like things are wrapping up. Like you're like, oh man, happy endings happening. It's all going to happen. And then shit fucking hit the fan and the episode ends. And I was like, holy shit, I was not ready for that. Like it actually really fucking got me. And I was,
shit,
and I was,
sounds good.
Yeah, it was like really good. And I was super surprised by it.
Damn. Okay.
But then, like, shit, it does eventually wrap up, and then there's, like, 5 more fucking episodes of, like, a side story that I don't give a shit about. And it's like, why is this... Why?
Sounds like season 2, a.k.a. those 2 episodes that they put out. Like, fucking seasons of that show are so weird.
Season 2 is, like, 4 episodes of, like, in between season 2 and 3, Or season 1 and 3.
Like,
I know
happens.
what you're talking about.
It's so weird.
But yeah, no, it was like a super weird, like extra, like 4 or 5 episode arc that was completely unnecessary. Like, I don't know, but like it was good, you know. Like I really did enjoy watching it as just like there's something about Seven Deadly Sins that I can just keep watching it. Like
yeah, I mean it's like kind of like up there with like Fairy Tale and shit.
Yeah,
it's just kind of like
so easy to watch.
It's so shonen.
Yeah, it is so fucking shonen, and like the fight scenes are cool, and like you know, like there's some really neat characters in there. Like Merlin's always been really cool. Escanor is very cool. You know, stuff like that. And this last season like had some cool shit in it. Like, you know, just to set the stage for it, like, you know, it starts out in purgatory.
Okay.
Like that's the setting of like the first episode, because at the end of the last season, Bon was sent to purgatory to find Meliodas' emotions. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. because Meliodas is like being like he's in like a weird fucking egg thing to become the next Demon King, and he can't have his emotions or some shit. But like you get to see like Purgatory and how it fucks Bon up real good and shit, and but also makes him stronger. And I don't know. It was a fun ride, and it was exactly what I wanted at the time.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds like exactly what it should be.
And I would say that it was probably one of the best seasons. I don't remember the third season, so that's not really a great sign.
I think the third season was the one where Escanor is like found,
I think
and
you're
then
right.
they wage the big war at the castle. And then season 4 is when they go back in time and do that weird when the demons show up.
Yeah.
Or the not the fucking commandments show up.
Yeah. The commandments show up on season 4. But yeah, like there were a couple things that I did not fucking see coming as reveals during the last season. And I was like, wow, that was good. There's also people that just get introduced randomly, and I'm like, why am I getting introduced to new people in the final season? So like
in the last episode. Hell yeah.
So yeah, it was exactly what I expected, but it was better than I expected too.
I mean, you can't ask for better than that.
From Seven Deadly Sins? No, I really can't. Yeah. And then I've been watching Seinfeld, but that has nothing to do with.
Okay. Well, it's on Netflix.
Yeah, it's new on Netflix now, and I was like, "Are you serious? I'm gonna watch some Seinfeld."
So I watched. I also watched Mother of the Goddess Dormitory, which I don't have anything to say about that. Okay. that's just a inappropriate ecchi. That is also it's just an inappropriate show. No reason to watch that other than for the fan service. It's absolute trash. It's not bad in the way of trash, but it's only on High Dive. So if you have Verve or High Dive, I'd recommend that. I want to work with High Dive. I like High Dive's attitude of like, we don't censor anything, which is great because everything on Crunchyroll is censored. Crunchyroll is so fucking censored, dude. But yeah, so I watched Mother of the Goddess Dormitory, and then I watched a bunch of Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
I think,
like, starting from where?
Episode 1.
So you started with, like, Yu-Gi in his grandfather's place with, like, the Blue Eyes and Exodia and all that.
Yep, yeah. Watching it in Japanese, in the original Japanese.
That's awesome.
So, yeah, it's,
So we're going to do Yu-Gi-Oh! We're going to do a Yu-Gi-Oh! Video. That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we had already talked about doing Yu-Gi-Oh! For Shonember.
Fuck yeah, dude. I'm excited. That's great.
Yeah. Because the Japanese one, it's definitely dark in Japanese, like it's a dark story. It's
start rewatching Yu-Gi-Oh! In Japanese now.
Dude, it's weird, man. Like, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a weird show. It's making me want to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Again, because, like, I had all of those cards, dude.
You should play.
I had Toon... Like, I was watching it, I was like, dude, I had that card. Like, I had Toon World. Like, I had, like, all the fucking... I had some badass cards.
Dude, I have fucking Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards literally next to me on the ground right now. I've got, like, a pile of them, dude.
Hell yeah.
That's awesome.
Karis has been picking up the new Digimon series Ghost game. Says the first episode was really good. Fuck yeah. Omni just finished binging Iruma-kun. Which, is there more to that title? I feel like there's more to that title because I might have checked that out as well. So yeah, I watched a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! I read... well, obviously Dororo, and then I read... I've been reading so much. I can't even think. That Blue Flag manga is fucking amazing. Blue Flag is so good. It's only 8 volumes. I recommend getting it if you can. There is a manga shortage right now, so it's very difficult to find the manga. Oh, Welcome to Demon School of Iruma-kun. How is it? Because I'm actually interested. Oh yeah, Cole gave me Devil Hunter Yoko, which I'm excited to check out.
Oh, cool.
Apparently that's trash. I love trash. I love trash.
Did you finish?
If you're old enough to know what that is.
What is it? Naked in Another World or whatever?
Oh, Buck Naked in Another World?
Yeah.
So there's only 2 light novels out right now, but I did get
see.
through both of them, and they were really good, actually. They are arguably less trashy than Konosuba. Like Buck Naked in Another World is actually like a legitimately good light novel. with a main character that is likable and not a piece of shit. It's definitely a harem, but not in like an overly harem kind of tenchi way.
Well, I mean,
and
like,
I think
Ranma's a harem anime too, but like,
yeah, but Ranma's also like, again, the girls are like Rama, where in this one it's kind of like this dude just like ends up with wives.
Oh,
like by
okay.
So it's written by a woman.
Okay.
And I think that really makes all the difference.
I think so too. A lot of the time, like,
yeah,
fucking support women mangaka.
Yeah, or writers or whatever.
Yeah, or whatever.
It is just a light novel, but it is actually fucking it's pretty good. Like I highly recommend Buck Naked in Another World. The beginning is a little bit slow, but give it a chapter or two and it'll start ramping up. And the characters are good. The characters are funny. Like everybody's really likable in it. And I like it. So apparently, Welcome to Demon School Rumakun is really funny. So that sounds cool. I've been looking at that one, and I don't know, something about it is like clicking vibes with me. About I read something about something like that. Is it like a modern anime to like a really classic manga, the Welcome to Demon School, or I don't know. I might be getting shit mixed up, but the fuck else? I've watched a bunch of shit. Squid Game. I watched all Squid Game, which isn't an anime.
Of tweeting about that.
Yeah, so Netflix has had a ton of Korean television on it for a while now. And Squid Game is the first one that's popped off. And Netflix is paying people to talk about it, basically. So, like, not only are people talking about it, but Netflix is paying people to talk about it. So Squid Game is becoming this really big phenomenon. But Devin watched it right when it came out and loved it, and then forced me to watch it. And she watched it in English, which was terrible. And then I watched it in the original Korean. And yeah, it's a really good show that has some like fucking like moments, dude. Like there are some moments in that show, but also it's a hardcore look at the problems of capitalism through a almost battle royale type game of life and death for money. So I mean,
that sounds pretty great, actually. Like,
yeah, it doesn't pull punches either. Like there's a lot of violence, a lot of fucking lot of it's emotional. Like Squid Game it's just a good show. And if you watch it and you kind of know what they were going for, you kind of suss out what they were going for, it's very poignant, and it is a very scathing look at how disgusting capitalism. Like there's this one character in the show that is made to like really represent the hardcore capitalist, and he does some shit that is just so fucking disgusting and sneaky and sly, and like it is.
But this is live action, you said, right?
It's live action, yeah. But it would be a manga or an anime, you know what I mean? Like this is something that would absolutely be a manga or anime. It's very much kind of like portrayed like that, and it definitely has that East Asian just outlandishness to it, you know. That like I mean it, like even the bad guys or the people who are running this game are dressed in like pink jumpsuits and have these like, you know, masks on that have like circles, triangles, and squares on them, depending on like their you know, how high ranking they are in this thing. And so it definitely has this like kind of vibrant, crazy Asian anime type feel to it. So I think that anybody who enjoys anime would really enjoy Squid Games. It is definitely weird watching something in Korean, because the Korean language and Japanese language, while slightly similar, are also very different, especially in their expression. Because Korean's like one of those languages where they're like, "Wah," you know, like it's kind of like it, like there's more emotion and inflection in it, you know, like where you'd be talking to your mom, you'd be like, "Appa," or, you know, "Uma," you know, like when they like, depending on like what it is, yeah, it's much more tonal, like Chinese, where like, you know, in Japan, if you're talking to your mom or your dad, it's, you know, it's dosan or kasan, you know. But if they're upset or like trying to convey something, instead of just like uma, which is mom, they'd be like uma, you know. Like, it's really weird. It's definitely interesting. So yeah, and I'm currently reading Monster to get ready for our end of the month video. Right. And that is, I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot. It's not what I expected at all. Like, have you looked up anything about it?
I haven't, no. Other than I was trying to find it so that we could watch it. But that's it.
So Monster takes place in Germany. And it's like 80s, 90s Germany.
Okay, so everybody's goth.
No, it's much more, it's more like,
we talked about this.
A lot of it,
the Germans are the goth people all of Germans. Europe.
Yeah. Yeah. But so it, you know, there's a lot of politics regarding East and West Berlin and the Berlin Wall and stuff that happened with there. But the main character is a Japanese surgeon who has come to Germany to basically like sneak into a role within a hospital, because he's the third son of a small practice out in Japan. So he didn't really have a lot of opportunity out there to become a doctor, but it ends up turning out that he's like a really, really, really prolific surgeon. And in the beginning of the story, he is kind of, but incidentally climbing the political corporate ladder that is hospitals, you know.
Okay.
He's engaged to the hospital director's daughter, and basically the hospital director is like a piece of shit, and you know, he's more concerned, again, like, I don't know if you've ever watched like medical dramas before, like Grey's Anatomy, or
I think the only one I've
anything
ever
like
watched
that
was House.
Okay, I don't know. I've seen a little bit of House, but I don't know if, like, I mean, knowing what I do know about House, I'm sure that House, like, definitely probably flew in the face of, like, the hospital director many times. He was like, I'm going to do this because I'm House and I'm an edgy doctor, you know,
I think
or whatever.
So. I can't remember if...
Yeah.
I don't remember. I feel like at some point the hospital director in House had sex, but that's all I got.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So,
well,
like,
I feel like she was a main character, but I might just be thinking of somebody else.
Kit says House is is Sherlock Holmes in a hospital.
That's not wrong. That's very accurate.
So, basically, like, it came down to a point where the Japanese guy has figured out that the director of the hospital doesn't care about human lives. There, like, he doesn't believe that all lives are created equal, and it comes down to.
Oh, Kit says the Eddie.
There.
Okay. Credit goes to Eddie.
There you go.
There you go.
Good job, Eddie. That's a good simile, I guess. Is that simile?
Yeah.
Like I said, my vocabulary is just not fucking working today.
It's okay. Words are hard.
Yeah. But fucking, so, like, you're supposed to treat patients as they come in order, right? Mm-hmm. So there's this one point where there's this little boy who is put in the hospital, and then the mayor gets put in the hospital after him, and the director orders the Japanese guy to go to cease his operation on the child and go operate on the mayor, because the mayor is going to be paying a lot of money into the hospital. And And the Japanese surgeon is just like, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to operate on this boy. And this is just the setup for the story. Again, I'm like 23 chapters in. Okay, so I'm just going to set up this story for you. So basically what happens is this boy that he saves and basically like kind of ruins his career over, right? Because after this happens, the director's like, yeah, I'm not going to promote you.
Okay.
And then the director's daughter is like, yeah, I'm not going to marry you. And like, blah, blah, blah. But then, you know, things end up going really well for the Japanese guy. But this boy that he saves is a fucking psychopath. And like runs away from the hospital and ends up murdering tons of people. And, you know, it like, the doctor then has to deal with that. And that, as far as I'm aware, is the rest of the story, is him, you know, dealing with this psychopath who is, there's a lot to it. And a lot of it has to do with like, you know, post-war Germany and like all this stuff. It's very, very cool. And I think it's going to make a really good episode. But it's, you know, somebody told me the beginning was slow, and the beginning wasn't that slow, honestly. You know, I went into it excited to read it, and I felt like, you know, it had a good pace, and then it just keeps getting better and better and better and better. And it's constantly surprising me. So it's definitely very cool. So
neat.
Check out Monster. Yeah, definitely check out Monster, everybody. Viz is currently publishing it in their SIG series, which is, they're gorgeous. Like, those mangas are gorgeous. And they have some full color chapters too, which is almost unheard of. Yeah, in tankobons. So I can't get my hands on volume 1, which is frustrating, but I have reached out to our Viz guy, and he's going to see if he can find it for me. But he said that with the manga shortage, it's really, really hard right now. So that's that. I'm trying to think if there's been other things, but I don't know. I don't fucking know, man. You want to talk about video games?
Yeah, dude. Man. I have a lot of video games, a lot of credit at my local game shop right now. I still have $200 in credit. Nice. So I've been going there like every week to see what new games they have. Right. So I currently, let me see if I can remember what I've recently bought. I bought Neo. I bought Paper Mario Origami King. I bought Xenoblade Chronicles. I bought Sleeping Dogs. And I bought Batman Arkham Knight, I believe.
Okay. I'm surprised you didn't get Deathloop.
I don't think they had it.
Oh, okay.
Because this is like an older, like it's mainly a like classic game shop, you know, like an old, right. Like their selection of new games is very, very small. But they have like a shitload of stuff from like, you know, Super Nintendo or GameCube or like PS1, that sort of stuff.
Dude, you should see if they have a TurboGrafx.
A TurboGrafx?
Yeah, TurboGrafx 16. Because I want one of those really fucking bad.
I can check next time I'm there. I can't remember off the top of my head if they have that, but I can.
Yeah,
check.
Let me if you see it, let me know what the price is on.
Yep, I can do that. No problem.
Cool.
Yeah. But yeah, so I've gotten all of those games, and I've tried all of them. And the one that I really like that I've been playing is Sleeping Dogs.
I don't know anything about that. Is that like a shooter? It sounds like a shooter.
No, it is. Okay. Take the Yakuza franchise, make it. Yeah, it's GTA in Hong Kong. Yeah, I was gonna say take the Yakuza franchise and make it in Hong Kong instead and more serious. So far it's been. I've probably only played like maybe 2 to 3 hours of it, but it's been really fun so far.
What are you playing it on?
PS5.
Oh, okay, cool.
It's a PS4 game.
Right.
But it does have some issues with the PS5. I might have to hook up my PS4 again. It keeps telling me whenever I put it in that I may have some issues because it's playing on a PS5, and I'm like, why? PS5 is supposed to be able to play PS4 games. What the fuck's wrong with you?
I think it's an old PS4 game because I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah.
And I think it was put out before the PS Pro came out.
Yeah, so it has crashed on me twice.
Jeez.
However, the first time was literally right at the beginning, like before I'd even started playing. It loaded and crashed, and I was like, okay, let's try that again. And I had no problems.
To be fair, actual PS5 games will crash.
Yeah.
So. It
Yeah,
could just
totally.
be like fucking Devin played through Life is Cringe, the new one, and that thing fucking crashed. It's like, are you kidding me? He also T-posed some of the characters a couple times.
Hell
Like,
yeah.
what the fuck?
You
paid
love seeing those
$60 for a game
T-posing
that with
games.
T-posing.
It's great.
Oh god, video games. All right, anyway, sorry.
And then it crashed again. I have found one side mission that I cannot beat. And it's a it's a street race, and what you need to do, you're playing as like a cop, but the main character is undercover, so he's a cop, but he's in the triads right now. Because he like grew up there, so like he has like an in with like an old friend who knows him, so they're like trying him out essentially. But you have like some things that are like triad, what am I trying to say? Missions. That's it. There's like God. I can't talk either, dude. But there's like triad missions and cop missions. Then there's like main missions too. You know, like that sort of deal. So one of the cop missions is you have to break up a street fight by breaking all the cars. You have to just knock into them and ram into them to break them. And I cannot fucking do it, dude. By the time I break like 3 of those cars, the race is over. It's fucking impossible.
But you don't like racing games, right?
I suck
you don't
at
really
racing
have a
games
ton
too.
of...
I'm sure if you came over and did it, if you wanted to fly across the country and beat it for me, that'd be great. Luckily, I don't think it's going to be like necessary. I'm probably just going to skip it. But the game, I tried it probably 10 times. And then the game crashed, and I was like, you know what? This is just the game telling me to stop.
Yeah, it was your sign.
Yeah, so I stopped and went on a walk and listened to Lord of the Rings.
There you go.
That's another thing.
Yeah.
If anybody's a Lord of the Rings fan out there, I don't remember what anniversary this was, but for the newest anniversary, they made new audiobooks, and instead of the old British guy who was doing the audiobooks that sucked and was monotone as shit, they got Andy Serkis to do it, and he does voices for all the characters, and it's amazing, and you should listen to it. I started with The Hobbit, and it was so fucking good, I bought all the other ones.
Yeah, use VaatiVideo's Audible code.
Yeah,
get it for free.
I did that.
Yeah.
No, I didn't. But yeah, holy fuck, dude. It's so good. Oh my god.
Sleeping Dogs or the audiobooks?
Both. But I was talking about the audiobooks at this particular moment. I've watched the Hobbit movies. I've read the Hobbit more times than I can count. I love the Hobbit. It's my favorite book of the entire thing. It's by far the best one.
It's the only one I've read.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
I saw an ad that had Andy Serkis reading the birthday speech, I think, from the trilogy, and I was blown away by how good it sounded and how much it felt like I was like experiencing it in a new way. And I was like, fuck it, I'll buy The Hobbit. The Hobbit's the best book. I'll try it out. Oh, it was so fucking good. Oh my god. Basically, if you like The Lord of the Rings, if you like The Hobbit, fucking buy that audiobook. At least the Hobbit one, because it is a phenomenal experience. Okay.
Fuck yeah.
So yeah, that's... And on top of all that, I'm still playing Dead by Daylight. Dead by Daylight has a really cool update coming out soon that I'm excited for. And I still haven't played Naraka Blade Point with you, but I've been playing with a bunch of patrons. So that's been fun.
Hell yeah. It's a battle royale. It's like a team-based battle royale, but it's all like hand-to-hand combat kind of.
It's all sword play.
Yeah.
So
it's interesting.
It's super fun. And all of the swords are very, very viable. And people tend to gravitate towards different things. Like I've been playing with Omni and Krona. And Omni really, really likes daggers. Krona is like a spear main, and I'm a great sword user.
Nice.
And you know, typically there's like one weapon that people really tend to like. We have a huge array where it's like everybody likes different things, so like it's really easy to play together because we don't have to like fight over the weapons that we find. It's been really fun. But yeah, Chrono's up in gold ranks now, so it's getting hard.
Jeez.
Omni and I played one game yesterday before Chrono got on, and we fucking kicked ass and won real easily. And then Chrono got on, and we got destroyed the rest of the time we played.
God damn.
But
yeah, I just haven't had the time to like put into that game recently.
But that
because there's so many other games.
Very fun. I'm gonna open up my Steam really quick just to see how many hours I have in it. I don't think I have that many. I would guess under 20. How do you look and see how many hours you have?
It should just tell you like if you go into your library and just click on the game,
okay.
It should tell you.
I actually have almost 30 hours played. And I've won over 10 times. Which for I don't know you guys who play battle royales out there, but I never win at battle royale games. Like ever.
I'd never win at them either.
Chrono and I played earlier this week. We won 3 times in a row, dude.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, apparently Chrono's really fucking good.
No.
If he's in gold rank. No?
I mean, I'm in like silver 1. He's just played more than I have.
Right on. Hell yeah.
I mean, he's good. Don't get me wrong. Like we're all playing pretty well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not a fan of battle royale games. That game is fun, but you got to play it with friends.
That makes sense. So you were telling me a little bit about your experience with Neo. So Tyler picked up Neo, and I was like, Neo's really mean. Mm-hmm. Like a lot of people go into Neo and they're like, I played Dark Souls. I could play Neo. And then Neo's like, fuck you. Like, fuck you. You are not good at video games. Fuck you. You suck.
Yeah.
So how was your...
So, yeah, I started playing Neo. I haven't picked it up in the last, like, week, I would say.
Sounds about right.
Well, I beat the first, like, level or whatever, and then it was, like, a bunch of things where it's, like, you can go here, here, and here, and there's all this other stuff, and I was like, I don't... whatever. But...
So you beat the first big demon?
Yeah, I beat the first big demon and, like, the ship or whatever it was, yeah.
How many times did he bitch slap your ass?
Once.
Once?
Yeah, I beat him on my
So you
second
figured
try.
out Did you figure out, like, whatever his weakness was? He has some weakness to something.
I don't know.
I don't remember what it was.
I was using an axe.
Okay. No, he has, like, an elemental weakness, if I remember correctly.
I don't fucking know. Yeah, no, I just beat him
Yeah.
by swinging my axe a lot.
I see. Omni says Neo will bitch slap your ass. Fragile says the fucking water blobs. And then Luthi says Neo is masochistic Dark Souls square. I assume he's meaning squared. He says, I can't even get past the ogre in Sekiro, so no thanks. Sekiro, see, I had no problem with Sekiro. The only thing that fucked me up in Sekiro was that stupid monkey.
Yeah, the monkey was a bitch, dude.
Yeah.
This is something else. So I've been watching a new, not a new YouTuber, but a new YouTuber for me. He's actually a streamer, but he posts stuff on YouTube. His name's Lil Aggie, Lillagggy, and he's a small guy. He's got less than 50,000 subscribers, but the man is a fucking god at Sekiro. He holds like multiple like world record runs.
Oh, that's why I've gotten those recommendations for Sekiro and shit.
You should watch some of his shit because like the one that I just watched was Sekiro, but every enemy is Demon of Hatred and the items are randomized.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that was one of the ones that got like recommended to me.
I would he does these insane challenge runs and they're so fun to watch.
It's like once you get it, like that's what I liked about Sekiro is that there is like a very specific rhythm to the sword play and the bosses. Mm-hmm. And like I never used items. Like I only used the sword and I just like it just got so fucking fun.
That's basically how I played it
really
too. I rarely ever used any of the I used the shuriken sometimes and I think I used the firecrackers on rare occasion.
Yeah, like I think what really got me ready for the rest of the game was I think I went to Madame Butterfly earlier than I was supposed to. Mm-hmm. And I just beat my face into her until I won.
Yeah.
And then everything after that was pretty easy. Again, except for that fucking monkey that, like, especially when it comes back to life the first time.
That monkey
Sorry
is
if I spoiled that for anyone.
The fucking monkey is the hardest boss in that entire game.
Yeah.
And then
Owl's pretty hard, too.
Owl is
an asshole.
Dickhead, yeah.
And then
but he's very easy to cheese.
And then it's a 2-part fight, though.
Owl?
Because after Owl... Yeah, don't you have to fight Lightning Dick after Owl?
No. That's... You fight Genichiro, and then you fight Genichiro Lightning Dick.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I remember there was... I don't know. I'll have to go back to that game, because I actually really liked it quite a bit.
Yeah.
But
the second Owl fight was DLC? I don't think so. I'm pretty sure the second Owl fight was just part of the original game.
I don't know. I only remember fighting him once. But
yeah,
again,
it's like one of those hidden boss fights. You know where you fought Madame Butterfly?
Mm-hmm.
And like that whole place is like burning down or whatever? Mm-hmm. It's like after you beat her and then you have to like beat Genichiro and Owl once. If you go back there, you can fight Owl again and he's harder.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
But there's like multiple triggers that you have to hit first.
It sounds like a fucking FromSoft game.
Yep. But yeah, no, I've been watching his stuff and it's fascinating. He did a fucking Sekiro run with no sword. He just doesn't use the sword ever, except for killing blows.
Jeez.
And
it's fucking nuts.
He to beat the ogre originally before he got a bunch of the items that he needed to like actually like before he got like a bunch of the prosthetic tools like the axe and stuff.
What's the ogre? Is that the one that's just like guarding the door?
Yeah, like he's like the big ogre and he does like all like the wrestling moves kind of. It's pretty early on.
Yeah. He's just a prick enemy.
Yeah, so he didn't have any well, he has 2 health bars though, you know. So you have to death blow him twice. But he, to kill that guy without a sword, he had to just keep jumping on his head. Like, the fight took him like 45 minutes.
Because he was just jumping on his head.
Because he just had to jump, because jumping on their head does like 5 damage or something, you know? Like some stupid small amount. But it was the only way he could get past it initially. Shit like that. Anyway, I would highly recommend checking out his stuff. Really fucking cool. He does a Dark Souls playthrough where everything is Ornstein or Smo.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
So
interesting. So he modded it.
He's modding the game. So anything, and it can be either Ornstein, regular Smo, or Ultra Ornstein and Ultra or Smo, like the second stage. Okay. And it's all random.
Jesus.
Like it's ridiculous. He did it. Or I watched somebody else. I think who did all Gwyn's. And that
so every enemy in the game is
every Gwyn. Enemy in the game is Gwyn. So the easiest fight is the end fight.
That's fucking funny.
It was holy shit. The funny thing is when you go to the DLC and you know all those fucking ghosts before Manus, they're all Gwyn.
Oh my god, dude.
Fuck that. His game fucking crashed because it was going at like 2 fucking frames a second because there were so many Gwyns and so much fire. It was really funny.
All the humanities sprites. That's what you're talking. All the humanities. Oh my god, that's ridiculous.
I would highly recommend watching some of them. They're very funny and cool too. And the guy's pretty entertaining. Like, I'm sad that he doesn't have that much shit on his channel because it's really interesting.
Fuck yeah.
But yeah, he's done other stuff where like he beat Sekiro with only his feet, or like with like a rock band drum set.
So he's like fucking Muffin fucking Mitten Squad, but good.
Yeah.
At games.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I've watched his speed runs. He did a Sekiro 80% speed run in under 20 minutes. He beat the game in under 20 minutes.
I'm assuming he glitched through a bunch of shit, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
But he also has done like all boss speed runs, which I really like watching all boss speed runs because then you have to go through every single one. One of his most recent videos, he actually put something up. He only releases like once or twice a month, but he just put something up today. Can I beat everything in Sekiro fast enough to get a refund?
That's awesome.
So I guess he got the game on a new Steam account and he's gonna try to beat it in under 2 hours.
Hell yeah.
Get everything and then get a refund. That's fucking funny.
So I have to run in like 10 minutes.
Oh sure, I mean we've been going for a while.
Yeah, well I dropped my car off today, so I have to go pick it up and they just called me. But so I'm just gonna quickly like go through what I've been playing. So I picked up a bunch of games on Switch. The first game that I got was Eastward, which was like one that was like, yeah, everybody was like, "Oh, Eastward's coming out."
Yeah, Chucklefish, right?
Yeah. It's wicked slow to start. Yeah, it's really, really, really slow. It's really pretty. It has like this Dragon Quest game that's built into it. That's really cool. Like part of the game is like eventually beating this Dragon Quest game.
Okay.
That's like on a arcade thing. It's weird. It has Zelda-like elements to it, but everybody was like, "Oh, this is like such like a Zelda type game." People need to stop fucking saying that shit because it's never true. Like it's not. I would not consider this game a Zelda game or like a Zelda clone or anything like that. It's just a game. You know what I mean? It's just a good game. But you know, like I said, the beginning is really slow, so you know power through the beginning. It's not Zelda like in the way where you like really have to kind of check everything. Like it's okay to like kind of just keep pushing through. And then I got Raiden 5, which is a shoot 'em up.
Okay.
And that game's a lot of fun. Like I've always liked Raiden quite a bit. I picked up Cruisin' Blast. So I don't know if you've ever played the cruising games, but they're like classic arcade, like actual arcade, like sit down drive games.
Okay.
And they're fucking so fun. Like the cruise, like they have like Cruisin' USA, Cruisin' Exotica, Cruisin' World. But they released Cruisin' Blast on the Switch. So I picked that up and it's a cruising game. It's a lot of fun. And the console version, like you can unlock like a bunch of crazy cars. Like eventually you can unlock like a UFO, you know, like you can do tricks and like bash up other people's cars. And, you know, to find other cars, you got to like find keys that are hidden within the racetrack. And it's actually hard racing because it's arcade racing. You know what I mean? So it's like you're lucky if you're coming in fourth.
Right.
Until you like level up and stuff because you can level up your cars and shit.
I just want to clarify here because Omni said, "Hey, now Mitten Squad is great to watch." We weren't saying that Mitten Squad is bad to watch. We were saying that he's bad at games. We both like.
He's bad at games.
Yeah, we both like Mitten Squad a lot. Actually,
I love Mitten Squad.
Yeah.
I think Mitten Squad's fucking hilarious. Yeah. It's just that like he doesn't care.
Yeah.
like he's like, "Can I do this within like this amount of time?" And then he's like, I could not.
I could not, so I cheated, and then I did.
Yeah, but that's like part of the reason that I like him as much as I do, because he just doesn't give a fuck. But yeah, so then Devin got me Monster Hunter Stories 2. She found a copy of it, which is really cool. So I'm gonna start that eventually. And she also got me WarioWare. So me and her are going to play that together again, eventually. I bought myself Cotton. I can't remember. Like it's this old cute 'em up from Japan that was like really, really big in the 90s. And I love cute 'em ups, which it's like a side scrolling shoot 'em up, but you're generally like a chibi and like everything you're killing is really cute. And it's just a really fun game. So they remade Cotton.
Neat.
Or like Cotton Witch or whatever it was. So I picked that up on the Switch, had a lot of fun with it. Then what the fuck else did I get? Like I got a couple other games, but I played Metroid Fusion for the first time to get ready for the new Metroid game.
Oh, nice.
Hey, I'm getting off in like 5 minutes because we need to go to pick up my car.
Okay, but
what?
Can it be be sooner than 5 minutes.
So what do you mean sooner than 5 minutes?
Well, I have to drop a package off at the post office, and the post office closes at 5.
Well, why don't you go do that now?
No, I don't want to go too
Okay. All right. Well, anyway, so I played Metroid Fusion. It is definitely the weakest Metroid game in my opinion.
Okay.
But you know, it's important lore-wise coming up into the new Metroid game, which drops in 3 days or 4 days,
yeah.
I guess.
It's coming up.
And Monkey Ball comes out tomorrow. You gonna get Monkey Ball?
Maybe.
You could play as Kiryu, dude.
I know but that's the only reason I would get it.
Well, it's like Monkey Ball 1 and 2, plus some extra stuff. Monkey Ball 2 is like the best Monkey Ball game.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I've never been a big Monkey Ball guy.
Yeah, that's fair. All right. Well, anyway, guys, I've really got to run because we're in a rush now. All of a sudden, so I hate to cut it short.
I hate to cut it short in 2.5 hours.
Yeah, you know how it's got to be sometimes. But I gotta run. And this was Awesome Podcast. Thanks everybody for listening. You are the best. We're gonna have Arlo on soon.
Oh, we are?
So yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah. So get excited for that. And we will see you later. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Check us out on social media. Bye.